What's going on, Giants fans, sports fans, boxing fans, all sports fans, period. Okay. Sorry for being late. I got caught up. I was on another stream with Chris the Entertainer. Uh, just made it here. Thank you guys for being here. Taj, Matt, uh, Joey, Zion, Hit Squad, Jeff. Thank all you guys. Uh, let me put the link in there. Uh, Joel is currently on still with the Entertainer. So I know he'll be a little late as well. I think Pat is somewhere waiting for the link. What's good? What's good? What's good? Thank you guys. What's up, stranger? Man, he stopped talking to me. I go to New York, come back, don't nobody fuck with me no more. It's all right. What's going on, fellas? Taj, what's good, my G?
What's good, Lou? Hey,
Man,
man.
I had to go over there and drop some knowledge. You know, I had to go over there, represent for the big blue crew over there on my man's channel.
Yeah, the BBK.
I swear, every time
Yeah,
I hear it,
man.
it sounds like a bad porn movie. Oh shit!
Hell no.
This
Hey, but
is the
that press
BBK.
conference, man, like, it was. Hey, man, that was something. That, that was most definitely something, man. I mean, like some really good points and some takeaways. That was being talked about. Like Daniel Jones, like I'm not really like I'm having like a fair shake, like basically like not having um a good O line for his whole like 3 year career, and
Lee One, thanks for
and
tuning in, man. First time I see you in the stream. I appreciate you stopping by, man. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. There goes my co-host, Big Pat. What's
what
good?
up, Pat?
What's going on, Lou?
Shit, man. But sorry to interrupt you, Taj. Go ahead, brother.
Um, he also talked about the cap space, of what he was gonna do with it, which I'm pretty sure that he's gonna get into a whole lot of the cutting, the restructuring, and all that stuff.
Okay.
And he also said that he loves to build through the draft, which is the best thing that we should do is to build
Right,
through the
right.
draft.
I saw that. Yeah. He said everything that we love to hear. I'm just not going to get excited yet until I see it produce results because we've been down that road before.
Yeah,
He
because
he sang he
actions
sang the
speak louder
greatest
than
hits.
words.
He came out and sang the greatest hits and it sounded real good. But
Hey,
until we actually
yeah,
line up and punch somebody in the face for 60 minutes and throw some people around and get some W's in the win column, then I'll get excited. He came out, he sounded good, he said all the right shit, but I want him to prove it by getting the coach. I want him to prove it by putting a team together, and I want the team to prove it by putting some wins together. I'm excited. I'm just trying to contain it and not get overexcited and start screaming 11-6 before we even fucking draft somebody. So I'm just trying to contain myself, people. That's all. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, man?
Mac was good.
What's
Man, I
up?
can't wait till Saturday, man. I can't
Yeah, for
wait.
real. Hey, listen, I've been
Oh
looking.
yeah,
I
Royal Rumble.
look, yeah, bro. I'm like lit, nigga. I feel
Yeah,
like a little kid again. I'm like, oh shit.
man.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be interesting.
So what we talking about tonight, Lou? I mean, what's the subject? At first, came in a little bit like 2 minutes late. So what was the subject going
I
on?
I came in 10 minutes late. I was on after he cut you out. I went in, and now Joe's over there on.
Okay.
Yeah, so all three of us went on. But nah, the subject was Mara is on his way to fucking up shit again. Pardon my French.
Okay.
Uh,
How?
before he hired Joe Schoen, he personally reached out to Joe Flores, to Brian Flores,
Brian Flores.
uh, for a head coaching position, and then says that whoever he hires has carte blanche, and he's not gonna step in and he's gonna let them do their job and this and that. But you already stepping over people's toes and doing stuff behind the scenes. Now, if you hire a general manager, his job is to be the general manager of football operations. Your job is to own the team and cut the check. So he's already starting the same shit that seems to get us into trouble all the time.
Yeah, but he did that before Sean was hired because Flores was fired before the GM search was done. So you only said the GM has carte blanche after the GM was hired because I believe that's the only reason why Joe Shane would take the job. Now I believe Joe Shane inevitably will choose the head coach, but the owner is always going to be involved in hiring a GM and hiring a head coach. He's always going to be involved. Now the thing that where you would mess up is if he forces Brian Flores on Joe Shane, which I don't believe. I got some clips that I want us to go over during this show. I think that will give us some good topics on that certain situation right there. Hopefully he does not force Brian Flores on Joe Shane if he does not want Brian Flores. But he actually reached out to Flores before Shane was hired. So I can't really say that he's messing him over before the guy wasn't even here in New York at that time. But if he allows Joe Shane to do his job, then yes, he's on the right path. But if he goes into it and forces Brian Flores on him, then he's starting off terrible. Yeah. And like I said, I'll ask the same question I asked on Entertainer Stream. If we hire Brian Flores, what's going to happen with the offense and what's going to happen with the coordinators? Because we all say that this offense needs to be retooled, but who's going to be the offensive coordinator if we hire Brian Flores? Right. I asked people to name some people who would be coming over to be the offensive coordinator because he needs an offensive coordinator for sure. And there's nobody out there. There's nobody out there. You could say Dorsey from the Bills, but why would he come and be an offensive coordinator for the Giants when he would get that Bills job? Because Dabo is gone.
Especially in Dabo, he did.
And he wouldn't have to build nothing over there. They're already built.
What's up, Zeke? What's going on, Zeke? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on, Zeke? Joe, what's going on?
Joe,
oh, man, you tried calling me as I was online, and everyone's like, who's quacking? Because I got my phone set as a ringer. It goes, quack, quack, quack. And I'm like, and my wife's over here going, you son of a man, you killed me. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you got muted because your wife was over there.
What's up, Pat? What's up, Lou?
What's going on,
Zeke? But I was just asking the question, Joe.
Yes.
This is not a shot at Brian Flores, not by a long shot. But let's go through the history of Brian Flores, if I can, Lou. Brian Flores, he had issues with coordinators throughout his whole time at Miami.
Yes.
Coordinators were leaving every single year. Every year, coordinators were leaving. And reports came out that he had problems with the front office, coaches, and everything. Patrick Graham, our defensive coordinator, left to be the offensive coordinator here. Usually when you leave, you don't leave lateral. You leave to go up. So what was the issues there with Brian Flores where he had to keep getting coordinator after coordinator after coordinator over there? And didn't we just fire Joe Judge because he wasn't getting along with coaches and everything? Wasn't that one of the main reasons why people wanted Joe Judge to leave?
Yeah, fist fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same thing going over there in Miami. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. But then when you hire Brian Flores, who's coming over as your coordinators? Who?
No, like you already just said.
That's a good question.
What offensive mind? What offensive mind who's really good at offense is coming over with Brian Flores? Who? And then Mara just came out and said we did everything to screw Daniel Jones up.
Right.
Yeah.
We did everything in our power to
He
screw over
said
Daniel
out of
Jones.
his own mouth.
So how does bringing Brian Flores over and not a great offensive coordinator help Daniel Jones?
Okay. Now, what
So
if
what if
Brian
he-
Dabble gets the job and Brian Dabble doesn't like Daniel Jones?
What if Brian Dabble is on the same accord as Joe Shane? And then if he doesn't like Daniel Jones, they use him as a step stool and then they get their quarterback. But he has an offensive system in place.
Did you just raise your hand, Joe?
Yes, I did. I'm polite. I got manners.
He is cool.
I got manners, man. I want to throw something different at you here. Because
when do you have manners? Shit.
hey now, all right. Because Mara come out and said we're not getting Deshaun Watson. Okay.
Right.
You know the media is livid with Mara right now because he said that, so they can't be typing up those articles. This could all be just goddamn clickbait until Saturday when Dable's named the head coach. They said Flores is coming in for an interview on Friday, but look at the other guys that got 2 interviews.
Well,
and who was the GM that got 2 interviews?
Well, now there's a rumor that Miami wants to hire Dable.
That's because they don't have the Watson bullshit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Clickbait. This is media driven. I got a sword.
But would it make sense if Brian Flores will be with the Giants or no?
Who's going to be his coordinators?
That's the thing, because it makes no sense for the Giants having Brian Flores as head coach. My opinion, he's more as a defensive coach than an offensive coach.
I'd rather have Wink Martindale.
That's the reality. Look, the reality is earlier during the press conference, Joe Shane Brian Flores was one of the actual few names he actually mentioned during the press conference. You know what I mean? Earlier. And
you're right. Quinn, Flores, and Dabble.
And you're right. If Brian Quinn, if Flores was to become the head coach, you're right. There's not a lot of strong offensive coordinator candidates out there. Most of the stronger ones of those guys are already top head coaching candidates and probably will be head coaches next year somewhere. So, I think Brian Flores, if he were to become the man, that would be part of the interview process is figuring out, does he have a plan in place about an offensive staff? Because like you all just mentioned, Brian Flores is mostly a defensive-minded coach, and he definitely would need a strong offensive staff to help grow this offense.
Tahoon, what's good?
I think it's all going to be a wait and see thing. We'll find out about whether this Miami rumor about Daboll is true or not. We'll all have to find out. Right now, I still feel confident that Daboll is our leading guy and most likely going to be the new New York Giants head coach. It's just everything seems to point that direction. Shane mentioned earlier in his press conference, like he was saying, he was definitely looking for somebody that he can definitely work with, and clearly he can work with Brian Daboll. I mean, he's already been proven to be able to do that. So I just feel like I'm just excited for new beginnings, regardless of what takes place. New beginnings. I'm just excited for new beginnings, man.
Well, who were the GM candidates that they really brought in? It was Daboll. It was
the dude from the one that Chicago just hired.
Yeah, Ryan Adam Peters,
Sean Peters, Joe Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz.
Right. So, if you really think about it, the press was always saying that somebody had a better chance than Sean. There was always an article or two that come out about that. Ortiz might be the guy because they're trying to say that I caught this early. They're they're taking any little tidbit of information that they can run with right now because they don't have a Watson article to run anymore. A lot of that Russell Wilson talk's probably going to get killed now too. Because if we ain't trading for Watson, I don't think we're trading for Russell Wilson. Unless it's a phenomenally cheap deal. And I don't see that happening with Seattle because they need draft picks. If you're going to get a defensive guy, you got a few choices, but these are all going to be rookie offensive coordinators, but they do have a strong track record. I brought these guys up before. You got Ronald Curry with the Saints. I just brought this up on Tanner's stream. I mean, he worked with Jameis Winston, Tavis Hill, Ian Book, and Trevor Siemian. Not the best quarterbacks in the world, but the Saints were in games with those guys. I mean, Jameis Winston was not playing that bad before he got hurt. So could we pull Ken Dorsey out of there if Dabo goes to Miami for an OC? That might be a possibility. I mean, he even Deuce Staley for Detroit. Look at how well the Eagles fans loved him, wanted him to be a head coach. Mike Kafka from the Chiefs. Okay, there's another guy. We're all forgetting Pep Hamilton. Did he get hired yet?
No.
No, so there's another.
He almost did by Carolina, but he got declined.
Yeah, I think he's going to eventually stay in with the Texans. I honestly believe that he's going to stay with the Texans.
Making Davis Mills look good.
I hate Spectrum. But, I mean, that's just a few guys that can come in with a defensive coordinator-minded head coach. I think Lou's booby-trapping me. I'm not going to lie.
I hate Spectrum.
King Toe. I do, man. I hate.
Oh, shit.
But the question is, you're going to have a major plan with Brian Flores on the offensive side of the ball. I'm telling you that now.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yes. I agree
100%. I'll be honest with you. I don't see Brian Flores as much as a drafter, and I really don't see Dabo as much as a drafter. I think that's going to be all Joe Shane, just to be honest with you. But we have to have a great offensive coordinator plan if we bring in Brian Flores.
I watched your Ray and then going.
That'd be a lot of work to do.
And it worries me because this guy has gotten rid of offensive coordinators just about every year he's been in Miami.
4 in 3 years.
Said 4 in 3 years.
4
So
OCs
what is it about the offensive side of the ball with Brian Flores where he just has so much trouble?
Well, according to him last year, it was Tua.
Yeah, but Tua was the guy that got him on that 7-game win streak.
I get that, Pat, but Flores is the guy that was chirping about Deshaun Watson, and if that has come out, is Flores even going to just sit there in the interview and just whatever, because he knows he's not going to get his quarterback.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get Deshaun Watson now.
But I don't know. I don't know where we go if we do it with Flores. With Dabo, I have a vision, but I will have to study up on it if we hire Brian Flores. What's the vision with Brian Flores? Besides, will it be a tough team? And that was the same thing that the previous coach did. The same exact thing.
I just think he's gonna be Joe Judge all over again.
Well, I
don't think he'll be Joe Judge. I think he'll be better than Joe Judge.
Well, yeah,
because he's really a true leader of men. And anybody that can get somebody from 1-7 to 9-8, that's a pretty damn good feat. You got to give him that.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, the only guy that's ever drafted a quarterback is our GM. Because nobody else has ever hit on a quarterback. I mean, Miami took Tua over Herbert.
Yep.
If he wanted Tua, man, I mean, that's a strike against him in my book because Herbert was definitely the pick.
Be honest with you, I don't think he wanted Tua. There's reports that say he wanted Herbert, but I don't think he ever wanted Tua. I don't think he likes the kid, to be honest with you.
Right.
And he might have a good reason. So I highly doubt that he was on the train to draft Tua. Just to be honest with you.
That might be true too, Pat.
I'm not going to put that on
him.
I don't think
be the reason why he got fired? Can that be the
I believe that's the main reason why he got fired because he didn't want Tua. Him in the front office kept getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that was the case, him and Tua had an issue. You got Tua is the quarterback. He's the coach at this. Right now, Tua is probably for the team looking for it. Team looks at it as Tua is the bigger investment. So,
right,
they're gonna side with the quarterback. I mean, so if that was an issue, then I can see why they fired him.
I mean, I just want to ask the panel, what is the vision with Brian Flores? Tell me what's the vision with Brian Flores?
I don't want him. I said I
don't even want him. First of all,
I said I didn't want him when his name was first brought up, and people in the chat were coming at me hard. Why don't you want him? Because he's got a winning record. I says I don't want to start off 1-7 and then win the last 8 games.
Right.
And he's only one game over 500 during his career in Miami.
Right.
So,
and the thing is, Flores is not even an offensive guy.
Well, that doesn't do nothing.
He took over a bad Miami football team as well.
Yes,
and he
did.
And he definitely has he has shown actual progression with this Miami in his years coaching Miami. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like he went in there and took over a decent team. He took over some trash, and he has built that team back up to at least respectability. I mean, that's something to be said about that at least. I mean, that's my piece in it all.
Yeah, I just don't see the offensive vision. I just see him grabbing Malik Willis because he can be like a Deshaun Watson. That's what I see. And then we just hope and pray this offense can score enough.
That's the best quarterback he can get.
Let's go back to that Ravens game we called that night when we watched Miami go up against the Ravens. What saved their bacon? That defense. That defense saved their bacon. What offense did we see out of Miami, really? I mean, realistically, what offense in that Miami Ravens game did we see? I don't remember seeing that much.
That goes back to what we were just talking about, though, with Brian Flores. If he wasn't happy with his quarterback in Tua, he wanted somebody like Deshaun Watson. Clearly, that means he had a different offensive vision. I mean, that's kind of what that says right there.
It does, but I'm going to go back on what you guys said. I don't care who that quarterback is. If he's in the NFL, he needs to at least make a pass. And y'all know who I'm talking about. And I ain't trying to stir up old blood, Mac. Please do not take that wrong. I'm not shooting shots at anybody. But, we were all sitting here. A lot of us were like, that goddamn Fromm, he's an NFL quarterback. He was drafted for a reason. All right, Glennon was the same way. All right, you find a way to make it work. We were all screaming about that with the Giants offense the last 3 weeks.
That's what I always say. I agree with you.
Right.
100%.
So what he should have done is he should have found a way. And he did, but he was riding the defense more than the offense. Like what we were doing, except they won games, we didn't. When you're winning, that hides everything. But when they were losing, the defense was bad. The offense was bad. When they were winning, it was against butterball teams. The defense with that zero blitz and just coming, baby. You ain't going to stop it either. Figure out a way to stop it. Nobody could.
They blitz a lot.
Right. Especially against a bad team. But they still could not get that. He couldn't get that offense working really the last 8 weeks. That's what scares me about Flores.
And they got their ass whooping versus Tennessee.
Another thing with Flores. Another point with Flores. If he was to become the Giants coach, if he's not satisfied with Tua down in Miami, I can't imagine he'd be satisfied with Daniel Jones up here.
Exactly.
I can't either.
That's why I say Malik Willis probably is coming. If we get Brian Flores, Malik Willis, some quarterback is coming. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And that just goes against what he just said about Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Goes totally against him. And I believe it's Malik Willis. I'll be honest with you. I believe it's Malik Willis.
Not to interrupt either, but the thing is that Shane said he let it leak. We're going to build an offense around Daniel Jones. All right. That he did not. I know he didn't mean to say that.
Probably didn't mean to word it quite that way.
Right. So that might be a hint at something that, we're worrying about Flores over nothing.
Because if you're trying to build an offense around Daniel Jones, why would you bring in a defensive coach?
Right.
And there's no great offensive minds available for just offensive coordinator. Most of those guys are going for head coach jobs. So it doesn't make sense unless Joe Shane can build an offense himself. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
And I'm just worried that you'll do the same thing to Brian Flores you did to Joe Judge.
But if
Because
Brian
this team is
Flores
going to be
is
based
our
the
head
same
coach,
exact way. Go ahead, Zeke.
if
Be right
Brian
back.
Flores is our head coach, that means that I feel like Patrick Graham might stay as defensive coordinator.
No, I don't think they got
Mm-mm.
along.
You don't
Remember,
got along?
Patrick Graham was one of those coordinators that had to leave. He
That's
stripped
after 1
Patrick
year.
Graham of all his defensive calling, of calling defensive call plays.
So
He stripped him.
would you rather have Patrick Graham over Brian Flores as head coach?
I don't want
I
none
wouldn't
of
want
them.
neither.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
I
want
feel
none
like
of them.
Patrick Graham's already been kind of tainted, you know what I mean, a little bit just by the being here through the last couple of losing seasons, man. And I don't think that would be a good look
I
either.
don't think
Right
that'd
here.
be a good choice. I think that's the very last resort if they can't get anybody else. I mean, you say you're building a whole new regime, but you keep the defensive coordinator as the head coach.
Yeah,
What does that say to the fan base?
That
That
wouldn't
doesn't make sense either.
Not at all.
There he is.
Well, hello,
Who's that?
friends.
That's Jeff.
Oh, what's going on,
Oh,
Jeff?
what up,
I
Jeff?
couldn't see his name.
No, it's the
I
boogeyman.
can't
What's
see
going
his
on?
name because
How you been, bro?
I just
How's it going, fellas?
hope
Oh,
you're
that's
feeling
not
all right
Jeffy.
and
That's
everything.
not Jeffy T.
No, it's because I'm not using my phone. I'm using my the iPad.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Man, nothing much.
Oh,
Just
we
talking
just
about
having a
this
big
head
old
coach
meeting
search.
about how you suck and how you haven't been here. No, let me stop.
Hey! Don't make me start the rig stuff already. All right, come on.
The
Don't make
who?
me start up the rig stuff already again.
the rig stuff.
Riggs.
Riggs.
Riggs is
Actually,
gone.
speaking of Riggs was at the press conference today.
Yes, he was. Riggs was at the
Yeah,
press
with Daniel
conference.
Jones. You know.
Yeah, they're trying to
Yeah,
save their
and
job.
Martinez. Yeah,
You better get Riggs the
probably.
fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. Riggs got
Right.
What up, Mac?
What's going on, Jeff?
Not much. Good to see you guys again.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to. I just want somebody to give me a vision of what you believe Brian Flores brings to this team.
I
Give me
don't
the
have a
vision.
vision.
Besides the same vision that we just had, playing tough defense and just hoping the
Yeah,
offense can
look,
score some points.
what I see happening, to be honest
Oh, you
with
gotta
you,
block that guy.
is Dabble coming in, Graham staying on as defensive coordinator, and him finding somebody that can basically run the offense, but he still call the plays. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Dabble's going to hire somebody that has the title of OC, but really isn't going to be the OC. Dabble's still going to be calling the plays. I think he might keep Patrick Graham as defensive coordinator, and I think that's what we're looking at to start off with, because Sunday is the Senior Bowl. And they gotta have coaches in place by then so they can go network and find their coaching staff. Because that's where they find a lot of their coaches that are looking for work is at the Senior Bowl. That's like a big networking job fair for them.
Well, has there been any offensive coordinators that they've been talking about that might be paired up if Flores is named the head coach that might end up being, one of his picks or favorites? Is there any candidates or anything, or they haven't really released anybody yet?
Ken Dorsey's the only one I've been hearing. And
Yeah,
if
Dorsey.
we get Brian Flores and Dabo goes to Miami, why would he take the offensive coordinator job here and not stay with the Bills?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
You're
sense.
going to another team in the same division.
Well, here's some thinking on that, okay? We know how bad the Giants are. If Ken Dorsey comes here as the OC and he starts putting up 35, 40 points a game, you think he's not going to get a head coaching gig in about 2 or 3 years?
Probably
It's
wouldn't
all
take that
about-
long. It wouldn't take that long. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but
if he could put up 35 points with this team, he's gonna get a head coaching shot next
Hey.
year.
Hey, that's his goal, isn't it?
Exactly.
You sometimes you take these jobs to look. This is what I can do. Okay, I'm just saying, don't you put yourself in situations like that? In certain job areas. Yo, boss, I got this. You go and do it. Next thing you know, a promotion or a raise comes out, a little
Yeah, you
better.
do. But let's think
Right.
on the other side of the
Exactly.
coin.
Exactly. So,
Why would Ken Dorsey choose to come here with Brian Flores if Flores gets rid of his coordinators like water?
well, that I wouldn't with Flores, but if Dabo was here and he comes here as Dorsey comes here as the OC and starts putting
Yeah.
up 35, yeah, that dude, that's
I
why he
take
would
that
come to the
all, man.
Giants.
I take that all, man.
But in the
Right.
Flores situation, I would just stay in Buffalo because
Like
I'm
that, I
getting that
would.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
get to still keep the same offense that I was running with the same quarterback.
Right.
And then I'll be a head coach candidate just like Dabo.
Right.
Because wherever Dable goes, Buffalo is going to try really hard to give Dorsey whatever he wants because they don't want him walking out the door with them.
Oh no,
Right.
Buffalo fans are highly upset at that one.
Oh yeah.
They're screaming to keep Dorsey there somehow, some will,
Man, they
some
got
way.
Josh Allen, man. He's already developed, man. They good.
But this is another topic that I want to go on to the people who do not want Brian Dabo because I'm hearing some of the people saying, "Well, what other quarterback has he made besides Josh Allen? Anybody can make it with Josh Allen." Well,
No, the fuck he can't.
What?
Josh Allen was a bum.
Right.
exactly. That's
He
what I was
couldn't
getting ready
even
to
throw the
say.
ball to
What
save
were you
his
saying
life.
about Josh Allen 3 years ago? Before he started doing what he's doing the past 2 years, what were people saying about Josh Allen? This guy didn't even have a
His
300-yard
accuracy
game
sucked.
before then.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
But then you got the other end of the spectrum that also these other fans that think that he's going to come in all of a sudden turn Daniel Jones into an all-pro. So it's
Hey,
like
young
both
man, what's
ways.
good?
People got to calm
Yeah,
down
it
a little
goes
bit.
both
and just
ways,
let the
but
man work.
Yeah, I think he has a better chance with Dabo than any other of these head coaches for sure.
Because I'm excited. Because I haven't really gotten a chance to, say how I feel about the whole Schoen getting hired and then whoever the head coach is going to be. While I'm happy with the direction that they're going, and I liked a lot of the things that Schoen said. I'm going to be one of those fans that's going to temper my expectations, not get too crazy until I see what's going to happen during the off season, who's the coaching staff, the full coaching staff, what we do in terms of releasing players, trading some guys, as well as when the draft comes by, how are we going to use those 9 picks? Where are we going to incorporate most of the talent, which we're guessing it's going to be the offensive line, because it sounds like he's going to go hot and heavy in that offensive line. Maybe a pass rusher or two as well in the mid rounds, but that's what I'm curious to see before I get too crazy is what direction him and the head coach are really going to go around, March, April, around that time. But I am excited to see, I am excited because it feels like we actually have some juice again in this organization, and the fan base feels like, there's life back in it. So I'm excited about that.
Well, I think one of the best parts is just to find out that, like I said, it's a new day, man. It's been too many years of same old New York Giant way. That's one thing I love about Joe Shane's press conference too. Is you never heard those words New York Giant way once mentioned in this whole press conference because he's bringing in completely new philosophies, a whole new way of doing things around here, man. That's what's got me excited. I'm not going to jump off the deep end. Until I start seeing results on the field. I'm not going to get suckered in like I did last year. With all the craziness, how overexcited we was. Everybody thought this was going to be just some kind of amazing year last year, and it turned into a complete shit show. So I'm going to wait until I see on the field what these guys can do. At the same time, I'm going to also pay close attention to everything, all the moves they making throughout this off season, man. And
Zach S, thank you for being here, man. Please click that subscribe button if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry for cutting you off, man. Don Sherrod, thank you for being here. Please click that subscribe button if you haven't already, man. Thank you very much. Go ahead, man.
And obviously they make certain moves that'll be respectful. I'll be respectful of my thoughts. You know what I mean. But at the same time, until I see it on the field, I'm not getting excited about no moves on paper anymore with this team because we made it seem like we made all the right moves last year on paper, and we saw the results on the field. It just didn't add up. So it doesn't matter who they pick up, who they sign, until I start seeing the results on the field. I can't, jump all the way on board if this is going to work out or not. Just got to see it. I got to actually see it now. No more just, we got Galladay. We're going to be, offense is going to be the shit. Daniel Jones is going to be, ain't no more of that. No more. It doesn't matter who they got, who they sign, who they pick up, because we got to make sure we get a coaching staff in here that can coach these players up and make them look like an NFL team again. Because that was the worst part about it for me at the end of the season last year was we didn't look like an NFL team. We looked like Alabama would have kicked their teeth in, or Georgia, for instance. You know what I mean? Like we didn't look like we were a competent team to even be on the NFL field, and that's what bothered me the most. The month of December last season, man, the worst month of Giant football I ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of Giant football, and I've seen a lot of bad Giant football. Never seen it that bad though. So
it was bad. It was definitely bad.
And also, the one thing too. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we just need somebody to come in here and get things clean completely up, man. And that's why I did love the Joe. That's why I love the Joe Shane hire, because he's not some just guy back from the New York Giants organization from any time in the past, coming back and getting the chance and doing things the Giant way. He's going to come in here and do things, hopefully, the Joe Shane way, which is proven to be a winning way up in Buffalo. So,
this is his first general manager job, too, because he was just an assistant over there. So
I heard, but that still has some influence, you know what I mean? Still part of a winner, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, let's just hope that it carries over. Let's hope that he learned everything he could over there and brings it here.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, but you the first to give me a shout out on one of these live chats. Respect. Oh, no problem, my guy. Thank you for being here. You keep coming. I'll keep shouting you out too. Click that subscribe button for me, man. Greatly appreciate it.
Right.
All of us.
Yes, sir.
We are the Big Blue Crew. There's a few members that aren't here right now because of work schedules and conflicting schedules. But we do this every week, couple times a week. Each one of us have our own channel, and we come together and brainstorm and bounce ideas around and give you guys off the wall ideas that no other content creators are doing. You normally don't see a panel this big with this many guys working together, not screaming at each other, trying to kill each other. Our whole goal is to keep you guys updated with as much information in sports as we possibly can, so you don't need to go nowhere else for none of your sports needs. So please click that subscribe button. To Mac, the Giants fan, Classified 3F with Joe, Big Pack Sports Talk, Super Taj, Zeke, and Jeffy T, 1,400, 6,907. I don't know what his link is, but yeah.
Hey, Lou, you said I can come to you guys with all my
spectrum. There's that spectrum. Miz.
What's up, Miz?
Swear to God.
Damn
it. I had a good line there too, damn it.
I miss you guys on the other one. I got on that late, but yeah.
Hey, Lou.
I gotta learn to use Twitter.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
You said I can come to you with all my sports needs. I'm kind of lacking here in the women's long jump, you know. Can you help me, figure out some of that?
Today, Joe shaved again today.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yes, I did.
Help my basketball team get some players. Everybody on my team keeps them.
There's that spectrum. Yeah.
That's me, Miz.
Well, you can sound kind of muted, Jeff.
It's Jeff.
Oh, it's Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't see the picture.
What's up, Adam?
Where's your picture?
Viz edits.
I don't have my laptop, so I'm just going off an iPad right now. So I couldn't upload the picture yet.
All right.
It's good to see you guys again. Good to talk
Shout out to the 25 people in the chat. Hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Please.
23 likes.
Boy, Lou, I knew you had to work today, but boy, I wish you were in that stream with me and Pat today.
Nah, that's what I was telling you. When I clicked on to try to get on, I got a call for an emergency leak So
Oh crap!
I hit the thumbs up button,
All right.
but I noticed there was 312 people watching.
Yo, that stream earlier today was one of the best streams that we've ever had. Pat and Joel, really. So
Yep.
that was a
That's
great stream. There was
that's my
good
guy
talk.
right there. I'm looking out
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him.
That was real good. There was excitement. There was new people.
Yes.
Yeah, that stream was very good, man.
Yeah, what?
I'm looking forward to do more of those type streams for real.
LA
Yeah.
Vance.
Yeah, these giant interaction streams, man.
Yes.
Tone, what's up, Tone? What's good?
Now that being said, I don't buy none of the rumors tonight, and I still say Dabo's our head coach by Saturday.
I
believe it.
agree.
Facts.
I believe it.
Right.
Yeah,
I-
The guy,
these
the
rumors.
guy who's
I
been putting
believe
that
they
out
give
there
him
has
the
been
bag.
known to stir the pot, right? Do stupid, so whatever.
That's what I said, Miz. They can't run with the Watson story anymore because Mara put a kibosh to it.
Y'all see that?
Yep.
Y'all see
Yeah,
that?
and then the media is getting
Everybody's
pissed
Y'all
off.
growing.
channel is growing.
Yes.
Everybody's
Yeah.
channel is growing. Look at this.
I want to thank up the new
Giant
subs I
community
got
blowing
today.
up. And
Me
that's
and
because
Pat.
of you guys. You guys come in and you guys watch and you guys comment and you guys
Yes.
subscribe. So thank you guys for being the greatest sports fans in the world.
And you're always going to be in the loop, guys, no matter
That's
what.
right.
We will take your questions. We're
That's
not.
right. I respond to every comment on here,
All right.
and I'm gonna
Me-
stay that way. You don't
Me and
gotta
Pat
do
did
super
for
chat.
4 hours.
You don't
4
gotta do super
hours.
chat for me to comment to acknowledge your comment and acknowledge that you taking time out your day to be on my channel.
Right. Right.
But man, we had so many comments to get in that damn stream, boy.
Yeah, you went through the whole comment section.
And I was going through everything.
Dude, I got to tell you behind the story on that. Pat calls me up. He's like, "You sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Bro, go live. Bro, go live." Okay, let me set it up. I'll send you the link. And all of a sudden, boom, it just took off, man. Those
Yeah.
people were great. Man, the fan appreciation in there, yeah, man, that was phenomenal.
Christopher
Phenomenal.
Del Castillo, thank you for stopping by, man. Please click that
What's up,
subscribe
Tiki?
button for me for G Nation if you haven't. I greatly
Yeah, I see.
appreciate it. It really helps me out trying to grow our brand here and bring you
That's
guys all
Christopher
the
right
latest and
there,
greatest.
man. His nickname is Tiki. He grew up playing on my football team when we were younger. We used to call him Tiki because he would never take the barber jersey
Tiki
off.
Barber.
Yes.
So, Mr.
Yes.
Tiki, please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it, sir. Don Sherrod says, hold on. So who gonna be the DC and the OC? Do we keep Graham? I think it's a possibility that Dabble keeps Graham.
I think we get Wink Martindale if we
I think
I-
we're going Wink.
I do too. It's rumored that if Dabble gets the job, Wink Martindale will be here.
Hey,
I'm not
if he
gonna be
gets-
upset
if he-
at that.
If he gets Wink Martindale over here, I'll be happy as fuck.
Yeah, me too.
Facts.
But
Yeah.
either,
Damn, Pat. Patrick Graham. Shit.
Oh, yeah, we going there. Oh, too bad, Graham. See you later. Let the door hit you in the ass.
If he gets Wink, goddamn, I'm gonna need a drink.
yeah.
Shit,
That's all I'm gonna say.
The Ravens shouldn't have even fired him anyways. Like,
Yeah, Viz,
I mean-
damn, you better be studying. If you failed your midterm today, better be cracking them
Right.
books, my guy.
The
Right.
Dawn says Tiki,
I had
hometown
interns
brother,
yesterday.
100% Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, studying to not fail these final midterms tomorrow.
Yeah, I finished my interns yesterday.
Let's see. The last time I took a midterm was in
I finished mine years
1986.
ago because I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
Right. The last time I took a midterm was in 2006.
Oh,
Nineteen-
bullshit.
No, 2005.
Bullshit. Wait,
Big
that's a
Mac.
lie. I stand corrected.
That was around the
If
same
you-
time.
Oh,
if you're
okay.
married- If you're married,
Okay.
you're taking the midterm every 6 months.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. 6 months. Is your woman built funny? Because mine's every 28 days.
No, I said you're taking the midterm every 6 months. You dirty motherfucker.
Wow.
He went there.
Ah!
I agree with young man. I've been jumping on that button also. I think the guy under the table has been told that it's his job. So.
I do too.
Well, hey Lou, I got a little thing that I want to do for the show tonight. It's Joe Shane's interview with Tiki and Tyranny.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Yeah, I want to pull that up, and I want us to listen to it, and I want us to interact after the questions they ask them, because the questions that they asked them were pretty good.
Yeah, those are pretty good questions. I watched the whole
28 days.
So
what I was saying was, because they every so often they start asking you questions and shit that you just start like, where the fuck is this coming from? That's what I meant. I wasn't going nowhere other than exams with it, Mr. Joel. Thank you.
What did I do?
You took it to menstruals.
I did not.
I
just wait a minute. I just said 28 days. You know, there is a movie out there called that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not the dirty mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
He had a back pedal in his back pocket because he knew I was gonna call him out on it.
Hey, I didn't do nothing wrong, damn it. Nothing. Deny everything and admit nothing. That was the words to live by.
Damn right. My brother Steve, LOL, what's up, big GM, son in LA. What's your prediction? Niners at Rams. Niners.
He lives over there. He lives in LA.
Jimmy G.
Hey.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, the guy to be.
Yeah,
holy crap.
Hold on a second.
Multiplied.
Tiki.
Miz multiplied.
Yo, those guys look good, but they don't look as good as me.
Right. Right.
Said Miz multiplied.
Although Tiki has a nice shiner.
Yeah.
He does.
If he wore a turtleneck, he'd look like one of those roll-on deodorants.
Hey, I tell you what, man. These guys are doing real good on the radio, man.
We're about to listen to this real quick.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to where they start asking the questions. After the questions, we're gonna interact before Joe Shane answers, and then we'll let Joe Shane answer. But I think this is a pretty good segment to do doing that. Joe Shane just had his press conference, so let's get into it, fellas. Let me know if you can hear it first. Can you hear it?
Joe?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear it loud and clear.
All right, so let's get it started. Let's be quiet and listen, and then we'll answer, and then go into it.
All right. Shane, how are you today, buddy? What's happening?
I'm great. I'm glad I survived the press conference. And to let your last caller know, the first thing I did was thank John Mara and the Mara family.
Yeah,
so let them know.
I know
let
that's
that
what
be
you
known.
said. I didn't want to respond to it.
We had your back, Joe.
I swore I heard you say that.
Yeah.
And so, Joe, first of all, because BT said congratulations, welcome to the Giants family. We're excited to have you. Some new blood and a new way of thinking. Hopefully, the culture gets right. The first thing I got to ask you, I mean, you ended your press conference by saying, you know, I graduated on Saturday and I was working with the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, and here you are now. I guess it's 15 or 16 years later. You're the general manager of the New York Football Giants, which has such a storied history. How are you feeling? Like, are you nervous? You're excited? What is the emotion that took over you as you took that press conference today?
Yeah, I was probably more worried about that than I am the actual job responsibilities, just, you know, the New York media. But it hasn't quite hit me. Every now and then I'll send an email and it'll say, you know, the general manager will be on my signature, and I look at it and I just kind of, you know, shake my head. But we've been moving so fast and furious here between the head coaching search, me trying to get to know everybody in the football operation. Again, the scouts are at all-star games. We got free agency coming up. So just trying to figure out the current process they have, anything I want to tweak, you know, to make sure I'm getting what I need, you know, and then we got draft meetings, you know, a couple of weeks from now. So just making sure the scouts know what's expected. So it's been fast and furious. This is all I know. This is all I've done. So I really don't know any different in terms of, you know, the way we're going to go through the calendar and the process. But yeah, it hasn't quite hit me yet that I'm a general manager for the New York Giants.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It'll hit you when you get that first paycheck, bud.
yeah, wait for that. That's what everybody says.
Exactly right. Hey, Joe, I mean, you mentioned the scouting, and, you know, not to jump right into it, but I will jump right into it. The scouting department felt like it needed to be fixed, reorganized, or whatever word you want to use. Whether some misses on the draft or whatever it may have been. Is this something that you're going to make put some significant thought into or make changes with? Talk about the scouting department, because obviously that's the core of everything, as you know.
All right, so Tiki hit with a pretty good question very early. He asked him about the scouting department. Hold on, let me get this guy off here real quick.
I got it.
I'm already on it, Joe.
I already did it.
Oh, okay.
I blacked his ass. I got it ready. I got the finger ready this time. That shit's gonna end.
Right. They came to him with a hard-hitting question. They talked about the scouting department immediately, and they pretty much asking him in a nicer way, are you going to get rid of the scouting department? Now, I want to hear you guys' point of view on this. We're going to go with the older guys. If Lou wants to go first, then Joel, then Mac, Miz, and everybody else. Jeff, if you're still there.
Yo, you know what? I don't know how you gonna say we're gonna go with the older guys, and then you say I don't know Lou want to go first. Fuck you for that. First of all,
hey,
Man, this dude take everything personal, bro.
Yes,
that's right. Age before beauty.
But no.
Age before beauty.
You didn't even listen to the question. You talked
No,
about
I just came back.
They asked,
and then I heard
they asked Joe Shane,
the old guy.
They asked Joe Shane about the scouting department immediately. They asked him, what is he going to do with the scouting department? They asked it nicely, but basically they asked him if he's going to get rid of the scouting department.
Hey, Lucas.
So I want to hear what you think that he's going to do. Everybody's going to answer what they think that he's going to do and what he's going to go about the scouting department, and then we're going to hear his answer. So go ahead, Luke.
All right. I think he's going to bring in a scouting team that is proven, the guys that he's familiar with, his core group of guys, and they're going to start at the Senior Bowl, day one. I think they're going to hit the ground running. I think he has a plan in place. He looks like a guy who plans very meticulously and methodically. And from his history, coming from the founder of U-Haul, his father was the founder of U-Haul. He himself has a master's in business and has been running companies for a long time. So, and his football background alone, added with his business background, he's kind of figured out a way to evaluate talent in a different manner than most people in this field. So I believe he has a proven track record in scouting guys and building a team of guys just for that. I believe he brings them over and he gets it done the right way, finally.
That was pretty damn cool what you just did right there. I don't know if you can do that for everybody else, but that's pretty cool. I'm gonna answer it. I think I'm not gonna say he's just gonna completely wash the whole scouting department, but I do believe there are some guys whose jobs will be taken very soon. A lot of those Gettleman guys that were here, I believe he goes in and clears a little bit of that out. And like what Lou said, he couldn't put it any better. This guy, this is what he does, people. This is what he is built for, and I believe that's why he was brought here. He's a scouting guy.
And he's not attached to none of these guys. So he's going to make the right decision based on what we need, not who he likes.
And I think he's going to roll up his sleeves. I think he's going to be in the Senior Bowl very heavily. I believe he's going to be in the scouting very heavily his first couple of years, because I think this guy's only really going to trust himself. I'm not saying that he's going to toot his own horn or anything, but I believe that's how he has to approach this situation, because the situation is so bad. Shout out to Behind That Bar 2.0.
Behind the bar.
Yeah, Behind the Bar 2.0. Thank you for tuning in. I truly believe this guy has to trust himself first. He has to trust himself first. I believe he has to believe in himself and go in there and get things done he wants, the way he wants it done the first instance, because I beg the question, who can he trust in this Giants front office right now? Who can he trust besides himself? That's a question, man. This man has been brought to this island. They gave him a pocket knife, and they told him to go get himself some clothes and fix this building up and build a foundation for this franchise. He's butt naked right now. So if I'm in the jungle, I'm only really going to trust myself. I can't trust guys that couldn't get the job done.
First GM job too. This is his reputation at stake.
So I don't know.
This is where he shows his business acumen.
Well, no, you're fine. Look, this guy's going to get his hands dirty, plain and simple. He's not going to rely on anybody else. He's going to, when we're looking at the draft this year, this is the guy that's going to be making the picks. You know, if Flores is butting heads down in Miami, that makes me think he might not be the head coach here, because if Flores can't get his guys, I'm sure that he's not going to just let Flores pick his guys. He's going to have a lot of input into this, and he has final say. You know, not even apparently he's got his carte blanche. That means Mara can't even override him, because the minute Mara overrides him, everything is shot to hell. It's gone. It's done. Blow it up again. As far as the scouting department, find out who has talent. All right, you give them assignments. You see, because this guy already has the first 4 rounds of the draft figured out, because he's already done his homework. The football season's not over with yet. This guy has the first 4 rounds. He looked right at everybody, says, "Don't you worry about the draft. I got that figured out. That's on me." What does that tell you? You know, he's got decisions in place right now, and he's only been here a couple of days. That's why I say this man is a worker. He's got his hands on the object. He's not sitting back like somebody else with a Wii in his hand going, "Yeah, that looks good. That looks..." A Wii remote. You know what a Wii remote is?
He's got his hands on the object. Now go ahead.
Right. He's got his hands on that Wii. Just clicking buttons, watching a little film. No assholes allowed on the desk. Yada yada.
His hand on the Wii, clicking buttons. Wii.
Yes. See, now who's got the dirty mind? Damn it. But you know what? This is the guy that's good. Like Pat just said, his reputation is all on the line right now. He turns this team around. He does that to this franchise. He's golden. He gets us a ring. He ain't never going to have to pay for anything else again in New York City. Period. End of sentence. Dabo comes here. He gets us a ring. He's never going to have to buy a meal in New York City again. You win championships, and these guys know that. Because when this man stood up on the podium and said, "I could not wait to get the Giants job. I wanted the Giants job. I love the history of the Giants. They're a historic franchise." My chest puffed right out. As bad of a team as we are, my chest just poof. I love this guy. Now, I'm not buying into everything. I want to see results. I wanted to see what his actions are. I want to see the results from his actions, because I sure as hell ain't going off the deep end again with that judge bullshit. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, because it's not happening twice.
All right. Matt, what you got, Matt?
Well, I mean, I know listening to his press conference earlier, he one of the things he mentioned was that he's not looking to necessarily blow any department up in the front office. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's not necessarily everybody's fault who still work there. Some of these guys have other people higher up that they got to answer to. But I think we can all agree that the scouting department is definitely an area that definitely is desperate for a fresh set of eyes. I mean, we've had a lot of duds in here over the last X amount of years, man. A lot of these draft picks just have not hit, you know what I mean? So I think there are going to be some drastic changes to the scouting department, man. And I think it's definitely necessary because the guys that's been there, it just hasn't been working, man. It just hasn't been working out.
And ain't no point in keeping anything that's part of that broken machine here. A rebuild means a rebuild. You get all that shit out, clean it up.
Man's got a kiss on his dream. How come I can't get one?
What?
Not even here.
Oh,
yeah.
You dirty bitch.
A nice
James,
big.
I picked the right screen to return to. Well, I mean,
All right, Jeff, what you think, Jeff?
I pretty much echo with a lot of the things that you guys said. I think Sean's going to come in. I think he already has an idea of a plan on how he's going to go about in terms of the scouting department, where he already probably has his vision set up on where he wants to take this team in terms of the Senior Bowl, in terms of private workouts and everything. He's going to probably, evaluate the entire scouting staff and see which members of that staff he thinks are going to be co-alonging with what his vision is. And then I think, like all you guys do, I believe there's going to be somewhat of a turnover in the scouting department. I don't think it's going to be a full turnover, but I really do think he's going to bring in some guys that he has familiarity to. I just hope that a guy like Chris Mara has nothing to do with anything involved in the scouting department. I hope he is completely out of the picture. And so, I mean, that's my one hope, is that Chris Mara has not anywhere involved with anything to do with the scouting department. But I do believe that Schoen has some type of vision, like he said in the press conference. And, I mean, I just hope that he can get some of his guys in here that he's worked with in the past and, help get this team going back in the right direction.
Miz, what you think, Miz?
What I think is that this guy's bringing us his scouting team, and this guy is big with the scouting team. I think it's one of his biggest things. And I don't know. I know you said we might keep a few of our guys. I don't know what's going to go on with that. I'm not inside the building, and I'm not this guy. But scouting has been a major problem here the last 7 years. And he touched on this early in his conference day, and he won me over with his first few sentences when he said draft.
He won you over.
Yeah. Oh, he already won me over before today because I kind of have an idea about this guy. But he said draft, development, and keep your own. Some of the things we haven't done here in a decade.
True.
That's true. It, man. That was good enough for me.
Well. I did like that as well. I ain't gonna lie. Because that's the right way to do it. Whether it's coming from him or anybody, that is the right way to do it. Stephen Bloom, thank you for being here. Tehan, thank you for being here. Mark P, thank you for being here. I know you guys have subscribed to me already. I greatly appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to Big Pat, Classified 3F, Mac the Giants fan, Jeff, and Stevie Mizra right here. The Miz.
If this guy has brings in his own or whatever, just puts together his scouting team, which I believe he already was mixed in with a bunch of these guys in Buffalo, and doesn't look like they did too bad to me. And he is really into developing something we haven't done, and I believe that's a big reason why the Giants have been so bad. A lot of our players have left this team, and we're watching them succeed in other organizations, man, and that shit hurts. So if he scouts, develops, and keep your own players, because you know you're developing, you keep them. You don't let them go to other teams and win over there and play good.
Excellent point, Don. He also said we can't be scared to play the young guys. That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to have to anyway because we don't really have a choice because we're about to go through the draft. So
and all our guys are young. The oldest guys on here are 27 years old.
And don't get me wrong, there's some young players that are good on this team. So, like I said, man, I think the biggest thing in that was development. You got guys like Holmes, Robinson. You can't go give up on these guys after 1 year. Holmes showed us something last year, you know? Another guy that I've heard people crap on a little bit that I don't agree with, Pat already knows, man. Dexter Lawrence. I'm a big guy on that guy. I think you could develop that guy into a hell of a defensive tackle. But you already know I like this guy because I was talking about him for 10 days already. So I kind of, I like this guy a lot. I think we got the right man for the job. He has the face. He has the fit. He's well-spoken. He's educated. And he's humble. He's not up there, I was a big Gettleman guy, but he did the last 2 years get a little arrogant and kind of checked out. So.
Yeah, and we also have to decide on his fifth-year option coming up this year as well.
Well, come on,
Daniel Jones and Dexter Lawrence fifth-year option to decide.
All right.
Play the rest. Hit play. Please.
Yeah, and I mentioned a little bit in my press conference. I've been in those chairs before when there's changes, between head coaches and general managers, and you're sitting there with the uncertainty, but you did the work all fall. And the good thing is they get a chance to prove themselves, between now and the draft. So again, I'm trying to feel out their process. I'm going to implement, the process that I believe in. And again, it's ultimately, the Southeast scout that does, from North Carolina to Florida isn't making the decision. So again, it comes back to the decision makers. We're going to have a process in place in terms of watching the players, knowing who they are as people. Are they hard workers? Are they smart? Are they going to do things the way we want them to do? And the more talented players you get that have high character, I think the better chance you're going to have to succeed. So I'm going to evaluate the staff. I had a good Zoom with them the other day. They're excited. Again, I told them exactly what I'm looking for from a character standpoint. And, I'm looking forward to having meetings with them in February.
So we're talking to Joe Shane, who is the new general manager for the New York Giants. He's with us here on WFAN, Tiki and Tierney. So, Joe, we were listening to you before you came on with us, and we were jotting some things down. And one of the things Tiki and I circled back to, and I know some of the fans did as well, and I want to ask you about, you used the term collaborative effort in terms of when you were asked about having full autonomy for the head coaching hire. Listen, if you say I want to hire some bozo off the Garden State Parkway, I understand that Mara and Tish will not allow you to do that. But can you envision under any circumstance you want somebody and they want somebody else and you don't get the guy that you actually want as your first choice?
Damn good question. That's what we brought up earlier in the stream. I don't think that will happen. I don't think that will happen with his carte blanche, but go ahead, Lou, what you think about
Well, I think the reason they asked that question to begin with is because the report came out that Mara personally reached out to Brian Flores, which is a no-no. If you're hiring a general manager and he has carte blanche, then, So I think that report came out, and so he's that's why these questions are being asked. So that they're forcing him to give an answer. That way, if the shit happens again, now Mara can be held accountable. So that was a good question by that reporter.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, I think that happened before Shane was GM, but man, if they do that, they're starting off on a real bad foot. And I think they would turn this guy off because he got the job and you stated to him that he would have carte blanche to do what he wants to do. And carte blanche means he gets to make all the major decisions. As long as the decision isn't off the wall type of decision, he should be able to get the guy that he wants. So if they try to force a coach on this guy, look for everything to be blown up again very soon. And I mean very soon. But Joe, what you think about it, bro?
Well, here's the thing that I heard. I heard that all the GM candidates liked Flores. That's why Mara reached out to him. Whether to believe that or not, I don't know. Again, these damn news articles trying to make heads or tails out of some of this stuff. I can't do it. This is one of them scenarios. I don't want to believe that Mara's going to give somebody power of executive orders and then renege them on certain areas. I don't want to believe that.
It's his track record.
I know.
Matt, what you got?
All I have in this world is my balls and my word.
Facts.
I'm grateful for no one. So, you know what I mean? Like for real. Now, on some real shit though, like if that were to happen, it would just go to show you that Mara can't stay out of the way no matter what. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, he's always going to be the owner, and that is what it is. But that would be like you guys already just mentioned. You guys already just said it. It would just be a very bad thing, and everything would just end up probably getting blown up again. Because I would think Joe Shane would take that as disrespect because you just went completely against your words. You know, you told me that I can come in here and do what I need to do to make this right and get you guys turned back around again. And then if you go already right from the beginning, right out the gate, in the picking a coach already caused conflict. I mean, that's already just going to be a snowball effect. It's just not going to work out. So, like you said, all you guys already said, it would just be devastating if if Mara would get in the way of Joe Shane hiring.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Mac. Jeff, what you got for me?
Well, I mean, I pretty much echo the same sentiment that all you guys have said. I mean, it's just going to make Mara look like a big hypocrite for saying that he was going to give carte blanche to the general manager to be able to pick his own head coach. And if he ends up meddling again, like he has in past revenues, and he actually, butts in and tries to get his guy that maybe he favors over the GM, then why did you hire Schoen in the first place? You're pretty much, like you guys said, you're just pretty much hiring a yes man to do what, you want to do instead of letting him pick who he feels is the right coach for this team. So Mara's just got to do the right thing, butt out, let Schoen pick the guy that he thinks he will work the best with and to bring success back to the New York Giants, pretty much.
Miz, what you got?
Wait a second, fellas. I think that Slay with a voiceover machine posing as Jeff. Jeff, how do we know it's you, Jeff?
Back to you, Slay.
Right.
How do we know it's you, Jeff? I'll tell you what.
Big Slay just popped in as soon as you said that.
Which
That's crazy.
Which lethal weapon was it where Murtaugh was on the toilet strapped to a bomb?
It was 2, right?
All right, that's Jeff. Okay.
Miz, what you got, Miz?
Not much. Pretty much what these guys said. Just I feel like, I feel like Mara's gonna let this guy, have almost full control. He'd like to just listen to what he'll be doing, but I don't think he's gonna force him to take anybody. You know what I mean? I think that those days are over. That was part of why we were losing, and I think you saw that at Mara's conference last week. You saw it in his face, like he was embarrassed, angry. So he's ready. He's ready to bring in a real guy, which he just did. And bringing in a real guy means handing him the keys.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see that. So
I hope so.
All right, let's get it to part of more of the video.
No, I don't see that happening. We've had really good conversations on, the candidates that we've had through, in terms of in-person interviews, and we got 3 more. And, we kind of have a debrief at the end of the day. We kind of give our thoughts on what we thought throughout the interview, whether it was practice schedules, the attacking the sports performance and strength. And, if we have difference of opinions, we're going to go back and do more work. We're going to continue to make phone calls to people around the league, on the different candidates. And, I think ultimately, we'll be, on the same page when we make the hire, but, it's going to be a collaborative effort. It's not going to be, me pounding the table or John.
No. And by Joe, I'm not implying that.
But what would happen if you did pound the table?
I mean, seriously, like we're kind of kidding, but if you actually did take a real definitive stance on somebody and it was opposite of what ownership believed was the right move, not to be redundant, but do you win that, for lack of a better term, battle? Do you win that one?
Yeah, that would probably stink if that happened, but they own the team.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
It would stink, and I would, again, I think part of it is being able to negotiate. So if you really want something, come with the facts, build the story how you want it to be, and try to get to your end game.
Okay. So, the term due diligence, and I'm sure you'll get to know the other GMs in town. You might even know some of them, but Brian Cashman uses that term a lot. Due diligence, and it certainly makes a ton of sense. You kick all the tires. One tire that is at least loose for now is Sean Payton. I know that John Mara was asked about Deshaun Watson. He touched on that. I won't even get into that with you. But a cursory call, an exploratory call, Sean Payton, based on what happened, is that somebody you at least call right now, Joe?
I'm not going to spend too much time on this subject. Sean Payton has told the league that he's taking a year off. So,
yeah, it's funny you asked that because I was fast and furious yesterday. I had no idea he had resigned. So I found out about 10 o'clock last night because I've been running around with my head chopped off. What I read and what I watched said he's going to take the year off, and he's currently under contract to the New Orleans Saints. So, there'd have to be some sort of draft compensation. And, right now we like the candidates we have and the process we have in place. So, again, that's something we haven't explored.
Yeah. But isn't that something that why not explore it? And then here, I am going to take a year off. I am going to chill. And by the way, Joe, the compensation, he's got 3 years to go on his contract. I'm not even saying that this is necessarily a plausible situation, but just to dot the I's, make the call and move on. It can't hurt making the call.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You said pause?
No, I'm saying pause to these motherfuckers. They're good-looking guys. He talking about Joe Schoen look good. What the hell?
What's going on here?
I don't disagree with you. What I was told from people in the league is he's going to sit out a year.
Yeah.
So again, that's secondhand. Somebody that talked to somebody in the organization. So there were texts exchanged, not with the New Orleans, but like, wow, what happened? What happened? And people in the know, said he's going to take a year off.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same as with players, but that's not tampering, is it? Right? You can't hey, Sean, you want to think about this? That'd be tampering, right? Or is it?
Yeah, he's under contract with.
Yeah, so we won't even put you in that position. All right, there's a couple of.
We just did, I think.
I know we did, but I'm
no. Like I said, it was
missing it.
secondhand.
Forget my partner.
Forget
my partner.
Your partner has good questions. Don't forget your partner.
Don't put him in a position to get in trouble on the first day on the job.
Right.
Joe, you kept using the word resources, and the Giants are going to give you the resources. Obviously, I think that entails fixing the salary cap, which we know is in dire straits a little bit with the New York Giants. But what exactly are the resources? Is that in staff? Is that in new technologies? Like, what exactly were you alluding to?
So that question there, Lou, if you're still there.
Yeah.
What do you think some of those resources that but the mayors and Tisches need to give Shane in order to do his job? What are some of those resources that you think that he needs?
I think they need to just step back and give him full control. He's already proven that he can build a staff. He can build an organization team. He can build a scouting team for an organization. Excuse me. And he can draft well. So the only thing they need to do is let him do his job and stay out of his way. Like they said, unless he goes trying to hire some bum off the expressway, then of course you step in and you exercise your executive power. But other than that, you step back and you let this man do his job.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's the only resource they need to give him. You open up your checkbook, you zip your mouth, and you let this guy run this organization to get your organization back to the prominence that it once was. That's the resources that they need to give him. Give him the confidence, your confidence, and say that I want you to turn this around. I'm gonna let you run this show. As long as you're not coming to me with any really dumbass decisions that everybody knows are stupid, I'm gonna let you do your thing, and we'll see. But that's the only resources that I think that he needs.
Yeah, from basically tell him, hey, look, you the man, you got this. What was that movie? Bruce Almighty. Where God was Morgan Freeman and Jim Carrey. He gave Jim Carrey the power, and he said, "I'm going on vacation."
Right.
Get this
That's
man
what
the
they need to
key
do.
and take your ass to the Bahamas or go to Dubai or some shit and let him run the business.
Yep. Joe, I see you getting real comfortable over there.
Yes, I am. I'm doing a Lou.
What you think about this, bro?
Man, I could agree with you guys. What else can I say? The man needs power of attorney over the entire franchise. Plain and simple. You sign the checks, Mara. He does the rest.
That's it. That's all. That's the only resource they need. You need to give the man the keys, a blank checkbook, and let him do his job. Stay out of the way. Don't try to overstep your bounds. You're the owner, yes. Own from corporate office. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be, you have your people in place that will call you and tell you if he's fucking up.
Right.
Other than that, let the man do his job. It can't get no worse than it's already been for the past 7 years. So step
I don't know.
back and let the man fix it.
0-17 sucks too,
Right. Mac, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here, man. I can't. There's not really much more I can actually say than what you guys are already said. But yeah, just stand out of his way. Let him work because, like you just said, let him work because the way you've been doing things hasn't been working. So let somebody else fresh come in here with like a fresh set of eyes,
Yep.
new whole way of thinking, new mindset. Let's build a new New York Giants way. 2022, let's start building a new New York Giants way. You know what I mean? New beginnings. You know what I mean? So just stand back. So like you guys already said, everything. Open up that checkbook and believe in this man you hired that he's gonna come in here and turn this thing around and get things back right in New York again.
And if it turns out not to be, you fire everybody. You don't fire the GM and keep the coach. You don't keep the coach, fire the GM. You fucking fire everybody.
Yep. Miz, what you think, Miz?
Well, I don't know if this is really a resource, but I feel that Parcells is in the background, in the dark.
That's a
and
very
he's
rich
working with
resource.
this guy. And why not just bring, maybe you don't bring him in, I don't know. But I think about bringing him in as a consultant, since he already sort of is one. It's a good name and face to have on the franchise around the league, Just
I don't think Parcells would take it, though. Parcells, I think.
Right, you don't want to get in the way, like, with a title. Yeah, I get that.
Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Shit.
Whoa.
New tweet by Jordan Renan concerning this subject. Concern, ask John Mara if Joe Shane has more say than previous GMs on head coach hiring. No, I don't think so. Our system has always been the same. We rely on the GM. We rely on his advice. But at the end of the day, ownership has to approve it. So nothing's changed.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the same. That's what everyone. Yeah.
It's like what Joe Shane said himself. At the end of the day, they're the owners of the team.
Yeah.
Somebody got a serious echo.
Nah, don't take that out of don't take that out of control. Like every organization does that. He's not going to say no to the guy, but they're going to sit down and discuss who the guy is. I'll tell you the one guy Mara's totally against probably, and that's like he said today. There's not going to be Watson.
Jeff, what you think?
Yeah, Watson's definitely not coming. I mean, you guys just pretty much said it. Let the man do his job and fix this team. That's all I really got to say. Just let the man do his job and fix this team.
All right.
Short and sweet.
Now, what was you saying, Lou?
I said let's get back to this because that shit just pissed me off.
Sorry.
He's a fucking
Damn it,
idiot,
Joel.
man. He's an idiot.
Yeah, new technology is definitely one of them. Upgrading the draft room. We still got the magnets. They probably had forever. Making it. Transforming it to digital. Not having a TV in the draft room, and just kind of continue to evolve and be progressive in everything we do.
Yeah.
And hey, if the strength staff or the training staff thinks we need to upgrade, we need to blow a wall out and build a new area or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
If we can prove how it's going to help us win, we're going to get the resources. And if it's staffing and if it's to get the best assistant head coach or the best offensive coordinator, whoever it is, we're going to be the resources to go get whatever we need and do whatever we need possible, to build a winning football team.
Yeah, I know that exactly because when I first came to the Giants, it was the old Giant Stadium. And the training room was just disgusting. And a couple years later, they blew it up, and then it's like, hey, we got a cold tub. Hey, we got actually
we have tape. We have
exam rooms, etc. So I know what you mean by that. The other thing that I think is so important for you as you identify a head coach, the candidates, and their staff is the culture that you're going to bring here. As you think about what kind of culture you would like to have for this Giants team, how do you envision it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Again, we always try to eliminate the margin for error. And, I just said this to, a couple of people outside that I think when you're bringing players in, a lot of times you miss on the person more than you miss on the talent. Because as a group, the coaches are going to watch the film of the college guys or free agents that we're going to bring in. The scouts are going to look at them. We'll watch them as a staff. So to me, to develop that culture, you got to have the right guys in the locker room. And again, to me, it's guys that are smart, they got versatility. They're tough. They're dependable. You can count on them not to jump off sides on 3rd and 1 or whatever the scenario, may be when adversity strikes. So to me, those are the type of guys we're looking for that are going to be smart, tough, dependable, do the right things. And the more guys like that you get in the locker room when adversity strikes or things go wrong, they can keep the ship going in the right direction. And, that's what we're going to look for. Again, I'm not going to have a lot of tolerance for players that may have, whether it's a checkered past or not doing the right thing, just because, we want to send a message to the locker room. Hey, this is what we're going to be about, especially with the amount of draft capital we have. And these are the guys that we're going to procure, to help set the foundation, as we move forward and build this thing.
Joe.
So you heard about what he said he wants to bring in culture-wise on that right there.
I'm so sick of that word. I'm so sick of culture, the word culture. I mean, culture, what has it really gotten us the past few years? Let's being honest. I just want guys that can come here and help this team win. We tried the squeaky clean image in terms of culture for years. Tried to get all the guys that come in here that have a clean background, that are good citizens, come from good schools. You know what cleans culture? You know what good culture is?
I think you're
winning.
confusing culture with class.
Yeah. That's not where he was going with that.
Yeah.
But Luke,
you're talking about getting the guys with the clean record and stuff. That's the class. That's because they want the face of the franchise to have a certain class and a certain quality about them. The culture aspect is what needs to be fixed. Apparently, they were fighting in there. Coaches were fighting with each other. The culture was fucked up under Joe Judge. Apparently, they just kept it bottled up good. So the culture is what needs to be fixed, as well as the play and the offensive line and the scouting. So everything that we've been saying was wrong is still wrong. It's just apparently they had kept a lot of shit in-house and didn't let a lot of stuff leak. They was good at not snitching, which I can't blame them for that. You're supposed to not be a snitch. So
yeah, Jeff, not to say that you're wrong, but that is right. We don't need to be just trying to go out and get choir boys all the day, but I don't think that's what he was talking about. I think he's talking about finding guys with talent that actually come in and be disciplined. You heard what he said about the 3rd and 1. We need to find guys that won't jump off sides on 3rd and 1. Don't take it as he took a shot at Joe Judge or anybody like that, but you really want to find guys that can be disciplined and not jump off sides on 3rd and 1 and cost you a game. Not jump off sides on the down field goal attempt and lose the game. So
you can't win a fight with all choir boys. That's a damn fact.
I mean, but that's the reality about culture is, I mean, at the end of the day, winning changes culture regardless. Because losing, is going to always have you in the locker room, bickering, fighting with each other, whatever. You know what I mean? So I've been part of losing teams. I know what it's like. I'm in the locker rooms when you're just on the losing team. Yeah, exactly. So winning changes culture at the end of the day. So that's what just needs to start happening. Winning football. Point blank and
Joe, what you got? You were shaking your head earlier. What you got?
Man, I heard that shit from Joe Judge. I'll say it. That was the same goddamn line Joe Judge used in his opening speech. We know this shit. We know that's what you need in a football team. I know you got to get guys that aren't going to go offsides on 3rd and 1. We know, but goddamn it, we need some dogs too, damn it. We need some goddamn football players. I don't want a goddamn ballerina princess. I want somebody who's going to come in and toke up a goddamn joint because New York is legal shit and they're not testing anymore. I want a goddamn guy who's going to go out on the field and make goddamn plays. This shit's getting old.
I think you guys are misinterpreting what he's saying, though. He's telling you exactly what he wants. He wants players. He's saying that you're getting players that aren't smart, that are talented but weren't smart. That's what he's saying. Lorenzo Carter, O'Shane Zimenez, talented but not smart. Very talented, but don't know how to go into the game and use their talents to their advantage. A lot of people said it best.
Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do.
Must apply. So he can go out there. You can get the most talented motherfuckers on earth, but if they don't know how to apply that shit,
what's the use? And that's what we've been drafting. Think about it. Talented motherfuckers that don't know how to put it together to win games. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about getting talented people that are smart. Jerry Hughes.
That's what
the defensive tackles that he's gotten.
Pat,
the
Judge said the
linebacker that
same
he's
thing.
got.
Judge said the same thing. The same
but
thing.
I don't think Judge said the same exact thing that this guy did. And if so,
Yeah, but Judge went about it differently.
yeah, maybe this guy can find those people.
Well, he's a general manager. He's not a coach.
Yeah, he's not a head coach. He's the general manager, and he has a proven track record of finding those people.
Yep.
Gabriel Davis. Nobody wanted Gabriel Davis like that in the draft. I think he was a 3rd or 4th round pick, but he believed in the guy. He knew the guy was talented. He knew he was smart enough to go on that field and apply it. 4 touchdowns over 200 yards in the AFC divisional game.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to double team Diggs and Knox?
I agree with you, Steven.
I know. Sorry.
I just
So basically, he wants to get players
I'll tell you
and have
what,
the ability
word.
and have the ability to apply it on the field. That's what he wants to do, and that's no issue.
Check it out, Pat. You gotta bring him when he's talking about what he's talking about, right? And you're saying it's a different type of culture. That's exactly what I'm thinking also. You gotta bring in players. This team don't have leadership. Players like physical, intimidating defensive leader that if you slack on this team, that guy's gonna punch you in the face in the locker room. You understand? You're scared of what's gonna happen to you if you don't bring your hardest every game, like a Ray Lewis type. We don't have that at Urlacher. We ain't have none of those guys since Strahan, Pierce, since those guys, Jacobs. We gotta bring 1, 2, or 3 of those in.
And guess what, Biz? All those guys were extremely talented and what? Smart. Knew how to apply it to the field.
Right.
That's what he's talking about. Highlight Chris Bucco's comment, Luke.
We got Logan Ryan as our main leader.
He
That
says
guy's
no issue.
skills are deteriorating.
He says no issue with not taking players that sleep through meetings. Some guys love football, some don't. You can get a dog that's a good kid that loves football. Exactly.
Kadarius
Stephon
Toney,
Diggs.
that's one guy, I
Diggs.
think.
Stephon Diggs, very good kid, but is also an absolute dog on the field.
Yeah.
Adams from Packers, an absolute dog on the field, but is a good kid off the field as well. D-Hop, an absolute dog on the field, but is a good kid off the field. Then you got people like the Antonio Browns, who's an absolute animal on the field, but it comes with a lot of
Judge jump in the chat.
I'm getting hollered at here.
I gotta look at the tape.
Because people gonna misinterpret that and think he's saying the same thing somebody knows. He just said it differently.
You asked me what I thought.
Okay. All right.
Say, I want to get people that are smart.
Damn it. We're not going to do this shit
play.
tonight. Let's get
That
on
also
with the
can
film
play.
session.
I'm sorry. I just hate hearing the word culture. I'm just sick of it. I'm sorry I had to say it. I just the word culture just gets on my nerves.
What football team is good without a culture? You have to mention culture.
I'm putting everybody ass backstage.
Winning cures a bad culture. Period.
Yeah, but you can't win without a good culture. You can't win. If you all in disarray, how you gonna win? If you don't have one common goal within the team, how you gonna win?
You've seen him. You saw how strong he is. You can't win.
Yeah.
It's suicide.
That's all he's saying. You can
Criticize. That's all I ever get.
Nah.
I'm just picking on you, Pat. I'm just picking on you. I'm trying to get you to laugh, my guy.
I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm just telling you how I feel. That's all. You asked me what I bet was my take.
On with the film.
What is your impression of Giant fans?
Very passionate fan base. Again, I had a long talk with Coach Parcells, and these guys, they love their football, the history of the franchise. Very passionate. Again, obviously they can be tough, because there hasn't been the success that they expect, and they haven't met the standard, the last few years. And I understand that with any fan base. So, we're going to try to get that turned around.
So we're talking to Joe Shane, the new GM for the Giants. We talked about the head coach and, maybe by the weekend. By the way, is that a fair timeline? Maybe by Saturday we have the head coach. Does that seem somewhat doable?
That could be. We have 3 more guys coming in.
Yeah.
Leslie Frazier's on Friday. He's the last of the group, and we got some ancillary names that we may consider if we want to extend the search. But if we find our guy this week, then it could be this weekend.
Okay, so using the term I want to get back to this without belaboring the head coach, but I want to get into 2 names that are on the tip of every Giants fan's tongue and ours as well. The quarterback and the young running back who was taken 2nd overall and just burst on the scene, has had some injuries. Collaborative effort for the head coach. Get that. When you interviewed and because they're talking to you and interviewing you, and you're interviewing them as well because you're a highly sought after commodity. Did you get the sense, Joe, because these 2 decisions very well might shape the direction of the Giants for the better part of a decade, that you will have the latitude to do what is required with the quarterback and the running back? And I'm not going to ask you to commit right now. I would never put you in that spot. You got to see him get healthy. I get that. But if you ever had to move on or make a tough decision, do you have assurance from ownership that they would let you do that with Jones and or Barkley?
Yes, we didn't get into those 2 players specifically in terms of whether I would move on from them or not. But yes, I have the autonomy to make those roster decisions, and as long as myself and the head coach are on board with the direction we're heading, John Mara and Steve Tisch, they'll support that. So, and those 2 players, again, listen, I don't think Daniel Jones has been given the best opportunity to succeed. Just he's going to be on his 3rd head coach. There's been, turnover at the offensive coordinator position. The offensive line, there's been some injuries there. And, the offensive line, I think will, give us a chance to really see what we have in Daniel Jones. And it also helps Saquon Barkley. So in order for both those players, to put their best foot forward, we're going to have to upgrade the offensive line.
Yeah, I got one quick one for you, and then I want to ask you.
He said what I've been saying this whole motherfucking time.
Right. He said what all of us have been saying. Straight up, all of us have been saying the same exact thing.
Upgrade that O-line.
It's a must.
Fix
It
that
starts up
O-line.
front. It starts up front, no matter what. O-line got to get addressed, or the offense is always going to be handcuffed.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, what you think about it, Joe?
Bro, I'm right there with you. We've been doing these videos and talking our heads off. It's, you know what? We've gone through all the scenarios. We can go O-line, I'll be happy. If Hutchinson's there at 5 and we grab him, I'll be happy. Look, if they want to go O-line at 5, defensive end, and say take Karlaftis at 7, I'll be fine. If we take Ikea Kwanu at 5 and then go inside linebacker at 7, I'm going to be fine. There's really not a wide receiver at 7. God, I don't want that. I'd rather get something that we need. And with the talent in this draft class of linebacker, edge rusher, O-line at the beginning of the draft, where we're located at.
Tudo says this is all some bullshit. Moron Mara has a bad habit of taking chances to bring in all the wannabes without any proven records. The new Joe wannabe has been a sidekick all his life, and he thinks he got it all. Damn, Tudo, that was kind of brutal.
So who was we supposed to hire at GM?
What are you talking about? He's not the head coach, guy. He's the GM.
I mean, but who was supposed to hire at GM? That's proven. Every GM candidate you hired is either going to be a previous assistant GM, unless you want to bring Ozzie Newsome out of retirement. Who was you going to hire?
He says we all agree with Joe. Seen
Yes.
them all. Same old BS.
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, I don't agree with what he said, bro.
All the people that you just named, Aiden Hutchinson, Linderbaum, those are dogs, but are smart. Those are your Hall of Famer type players.
You damn
Only
well better
players
be.
that's been dogs like that have proven problems like that has been a Lawrence Taylor. And you only find that every blue moon. That's what he's talking about, bringing in dogs who are also smart.
Micah Parsons of the world.
Yeah,
Lawrence Taylor's
a
of the world.
dog, but it knows how to play. You can have a dog all day, but if this fool running around and causing penalties, everything, I tell you one player who's an absolute dog, and it was a good player, but it was an absolute moron. Perfect.
Yeah.
That dude was one hell of a
yeah.
linebacker.
A dirty player,
But he
man.
always calls penalties and doing stupid shit. Calls the Bengals a playoff game because you want to dip your head into Antonio Brown so bad. That's a dog.
Yeah.
True and true. That dude played his heart out.
That's a
But he was
mutt
an
dog.
idiot.
That's a pimple.
You want to know a dog who was
dumbass.
smart? You brought him up. London Fletcher, an absolute animal on the field, but was smart as shit. Knew how to play,
That's
knew
good.
where to be. Ray Lewis, an absolute dog, but
Ed
was
Reed.
smart.
Willis.
Ed
Patrick
Reed,
Willis.
absolute animal. Troy Polamalu. You can find guys like that. There's nothing
Patrick
wrong with what he
Willis.
said right there. You got to be
Reed.
smart.
Reed.
Yeah, I said
Hey.
Ed Reed.
You know who's another person that was an absolute dog but ain't that bright?
Ooh.
Janoris Jenkins. Janoris Jenkins is an absolute animal on the field.
He
But
changed his
doesn't-
name.
he doesn't-
He's not Janoris Jenkins no more. His name is Jack Rabbit now.
Well,
For real.
Jack Rabbit, Jack Acid, that's what I call him. Because that dude plays cornerback immaculately when he wants to.
Shit
That's a
fondue.
dog, true and true. That's a dog. You know who else is a dog? Trayvon Diggs. That dude got 11 picks, but gave up the most
Hey,
yards
Pat.
in the NFL.
Pat, I got another one for you. Navarro Bowman.
Ah.
Oh yeah, absolute
Boy,
animal. And
I
was
got
smart.
people mad at me. Woo.
No, I'm not being mad. I'm just telling you what the guy wants. I see his vision.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with wanting somebody who's a dog, but is also smart. You can have a dog. I think Lorenzo Carter is a dog, but he's just not smart. He doesn't know how to use his ability to his advantage.
What about Kadarius Toney?
I think Kadarius Toney is a dog. We have to see if he can stay healthy.
I can jump in and play like middleman right here, and middleman in the middle of this right for a second, because I can see both. I see exactly what you're saying, Pat, Lou. I see that side for 100% sure. It's about his vision, what he's visioning, and what Joel, like for instance, with Tudo in the chat, like I've seen it all before, heard it, whatever. I see what their point of view too, because at this point we need to see it on the field and like
right.
That's pretty much. I think a lot of the fan base just right now only is going to believe what they actually see on the field at this point. I don't think they don't really want to hear much about a guy's vision, because you've heard other guys' visions and they've been fulfilling ones.
Yeah,
That's a good point,
Matt.
Matt.
Yeah, there's plenty of people who have. What else is he supposed to say?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
Right.
I see it both ways. You know what I mean? I see
I get it.
Where both sides are coming from. That's all I was saying.
Here's my biggest thing about this and why I said what I said. The biggest thing is I told you I'm not buying into anything he says. I'm not. I bought into Judge, and the minute that I just maybe it was just keywords. Now Judge might not have said that word for word, but we heard similar words come out of Judge's mouth the day he got hired. We're going to smash mouth football for 60 minutes. We want guys in here that are smart, that are tough, that are competitors, that know how to play the game of football. They're not going to have stupid mistakes. They're not going to commit stupid penalties. We heard that out of Judge's mouth. Like I said, it might not be word for word, but until I see results, that was the first thing that just popped through my head, and I can't help it because I'm tired of hearing it. Like Mac put it perfectly for me. I want to see this shit.
Yeah, that's cool, but you can't say, "Oh, BS, I heard it before." Well, you're not giving
Well,
him a chance.
Well,
You cut
I
him
am.
off immediately.
I am giving him a chance, but it's got to be vision thing. I'm not gonna get sucked into somebody's magic carpet ride because they're good with words.
And now I'm doing the same thing, but I'm just explaining you what the man was saying. He wasn't saying the same thing as Joe Judge. He's saying exactly what we need.
And Joey's right.
We need
What is he
dogs
supposed to
that are
say?
smart. Yeah, what else is he supposed to say?
I get it.
First of
But I want to
all,
see it.
They ain't say the same thing at all. One guy came in and did this. Okay, I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna punch you in the face for 60 minutes. Okay, do you hear me? And we're gonna rah this, and we're gonna rah that. And he gave you all these threats and all these loud gangster promises. He gave the fans what they wanted to hear at the time because we were desperate. But this guy came in here and he spoke to you, educated talk. He didn't talk all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
He's a lot more humble. He's a lot more humble. He was a lot more humble.
Real quick. Number two, you're dogging the guy, but he has a resume. Go look what he's done in Buffalo. So he could say, go look what I've done over there. That's all I got to tell you. So he's bringing in some type of proof. Yeah, he's got to do it. We know he's got to do it, but it's not going to happen tomorrow on Friday. We're not even, things. It's got to give the guy time, like you guys were saying. I don't know what you want the guy to do. Flip the script from Thursday to Friday with 2 words?
He said exactly what this team needs. This team needs dogs that are smart people.
Definitely.
You can have a dog all day, and if they don't know what the hell they're doing and not apply their abilities to make it translate to the field, he's just all bark with no bite. That's why he brought in the people like Jerry Hughes. Very hard worker. He gets results. Poyer, results. Micah Hyde, results. Dogs, but are smart as shit. Those guys are smart. We've had dogs on this team. Antonio Cromartie. That what's his name? The dude on that 2016 defense, number 41. Antonio Rogers Cromartie.
Dominic Rogers,
absolute dog.
Yeah, JPP.
But with Fold, if everything ain't going right, JPP, that's the dog that you want. That dude gonna play. He knows how to apply the shit.
Absolutely.
Everybody's favorite person to like to hate, OBJ. He was a dog.
He still is.
Still is. And when he's not distracted by all the social media and stuff, you see what he's doing. Dog. Learning how to apply it. That's what he wants. Dogs that I can apply to it on the field.
I hope
Jimenez, those guys are absolute freaks of athletes, but don't know how to apply it on the field, so you don't get any results. That's what he doesn't want. He said it. He said, man, you can draft a guy and not miss on the talent, but miss on that he's not smart enough to apply it. The talent is there. He just doesn't know how to apply it. No matter what you teach him, no matter what you do with him, he just doesn't know how to apply it. Those are the guys that he wants to avoid. And that's all we've been drafting.
Stephen A., thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Please click that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button for me. I would greatly appreciate that as well. It really helps me out trying to build my channel. But he says he can't wave a wand all in one day. Okay, to all Giants fans, I'm a diehard Giants fan, and I believe in Joe Shane. All right, there you have it. That is Stephen A.'s opinion.
I mean, I definitely stand behind him. 100%.
Oh, yeah, we got no choice. I mean, I'm gonna stand behind it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, but that's what
But
I'm
I
saying.
mean, his track record speaks for itself. So far, he's done his thing. So I'm a ride.
I really hope that Andrew Thomas can be one of those guys that steps up as a leader.
Highlight to those comments because that's true as well. He says to be a smart individual is one thing, but a resilient player who could apply the playbooks in action and get it done is a difference maker on the field and turn the corners. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to get those players who have both. And it's proven. There's the reason why there's a Hall of Fame because guys did both. Ed Reed knew the playbook in action all day long, but was smart. Knew how to do it. And that's why they do it like that because they are smart enough to know how to adjust in the mid-game, knows the playbook heart and heart. They know it. That's the type of people that he wants on this team. And if he could get those people, you're going to see a whole different product on the field. Exactly. DeAndre Baker was a dog. Tough kid. He just don't know how to apply it on the field.
All right. So.
Moment of silence.
You do gotta find some players, and you know they could have a little background in the past where they was like part of a gang or whatever, and you can't totally use that to discriminate against them. You know, when Coughlin drafted Ahmad Bradshaw, he had some problems. Turned out to be one hell of a player and a really good citizen with the Giants. So you got to believe that you'll be able to handle them, you know?
Mario Manningham was another one. Mario Manningham had issues at college as well. We drafted him in the 3rd round, and he turned out to be a pretty good player for us. Hakeem Nicks, another guy. Hakeem Nicks had issues in school, and he turned out to be a pretty good player for us when we drafted him in the 1st round.
If he could have stayed healthy, man, I'm telling you, he could have been a special player, I think. If Knicks could have stayed healthy. I still feel bad for that kid, man.
Yeah, because his career got derailed by injuries. He was actually on a pretty good path.
Right. Steve Smith was a dog, too. Steve Smith was a dog on the field. He was good. Smith. He was another guy. Injuries killed his career. That guy was a dog at wide receiver.
Steve Smith Sr., he had troubles. He got into fights and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
but he was a dog that knew how to apply it to that field. That's all that they want out there.
It stole that Xbox.
It's not always a bad thing, is what I'm saying. To bring in a guy who does have somewhat of a past, who you know could be a leader and intimidate other players on the team into playing their hardest. You know what I mean? Usually that comes from the linebacker spot, something like that. You know?
So like you said, this team's lacked leadership for a long time, man. Like legitimate leadership. So yeah, you know, it's all just got to come together, man. I just hope it works out this time because I'm getting older, man. I want to see this team do it again, man.
Man, I hope we get Tyler Linderbaum. This kid looks like an absolute leader, a dog on that field.
I'm all aboard on the Linderbaum train.
Dog on that field.
All aboard.
That's exactly the type of people he's talking about. Those are exactly the type of people he's talking about.
Right.
Absolute dog, but who is smart as shit. I guarantee you that kid can pick up this offense almost immediately when he comes into the league. I guarantee you he can do it.
He'll be an instant leader on that O-line. An instant leader.
Nick Gates would have been that guy for us if he didn't get hurt.
Nick Gates was that type of guy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, our biggest leader was probably Logan Ryan, and that guy's skills was deteriorating throughout the entire season.
I'm one that's ready to say goodbye to Logan Ryan. I don't know what kind of hit we take, but
we only save about $200,000 if we release him. So
I agree with you, Steve. Steven down there too. The way he was talking in that press conference, this O-line is 100% his main priority. 100% it seems like his main priority. So
thank God. Thank God.
So Linderbaum is definitely my guy, man. I feel like we definitely got to get him somehow, somewhere. Can't mess.
That's what I say too. Every time I see Brandon Tierney, I always keep thinking The Miz is hosting WFAN middays at 10 to 2.
I mean, if they switched us for one day, nobody would know the difference, right? Put me on there. And I wouldn't be asking the guy some stupid question about, shouldn't you make a phone call to Sean Payton? And he asked him 3 times. He just told you the guy's taking a year off, guy.
Yeah, I don't like Tierney that much.
I mean, Sean Payton take a year. He'll sit back, like you said, take a year off, come out here and get the job he really, really, truly wants next year or whatever. You see what opens
smart.
Up.
He knows New Orleans is going down because of the fact they're in cap hell.
They're $80 million over the cap. I mean, they're done.
Yeah, they're done. He knows he got out of there when he got the chance. He knows without Breeze and without any true structure on that team, and they're going to be in cap hell for the next few years. So he got out of there when he could.
When I say intimidation, Tyhan, when I say a player that intimidates other player, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna give you an example. It's a little different. Tom Brady walks into Tampa Bay. They never win more than 7 games every year, something like that, right? He walks in there. The second his face walks into that locker room, he don't have to say nothing. Every player on that team last year knew this year is seriously football and nothing else, because that guy won't allow you to get one drop out of line. That's what I mean.
Like
All right?
how
When we had
Antonio Pierce
Lawrence
was.
Taylor, we had the same type of guy when we had Lawrence Taylor. When the Ravens had Ray Lewis, that's why they were in the playoffs every single year for almost 20 years. They actually had 2 of them. They had him and Andy Reid and a couple others.
Andy Reid?
Oh, I'm sorry. Ed Reed.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, Ed Reid. You know what I'm saying.
No,
The type of guys that we got to bring in here, man, that we don't have. I thought Peppers could be one, but I guess he's not really going to be part of the future. So,
I mean, we need that type of leader. I think somebody like a Linderbaum can develop to be into that, or Hutchinson if we're able to get him. But all I'm saying, I'm not saying anybody is wrong. You have the absolute right to think that, yeah, I'm tired of hearing that BS. But this guy has a proven track record, and I think that's what he drafted over there with the Bills. It was a lot of smart players who were absolute dogs on the field. And that's the type of players that we need here right now. We need somebody that can lead this team. And I'm not jumping all on board because I want to see something too. But I know that I can't see anything to at least the damn free agency. At least to free agency. Let's see what type of people he brings in free agency. Then the draft. Let's see what type of people he brings into the draft. And then let's see it translate to the field. Shit, let's see the head coach that he brings in. We don't even know his head coach. Let's see the coordinators that he brings in. We don't even know the coaching staff. But that right there, that's the type of people that you need. Those are people that turn into Hall of Famers. People that are dogs, but are also smart as shit. Tom Brady, one of the biggest dogs that's ever slaved foot on the field. Not because of his stature or he's a tough guy, because shit, his passion for the game is second to none, and he's smart as shit. You make a couple of mistakes with Tom Brady. Yeah, you make a couple of mistakes with those guys, you're gonna pay for it. Peyton Manning, Eli. Shit, Eli was a dog.
Roethlisberger and Rivers, 2 dogs.
You need dogs that can translate it to the field. And those guys are out there, man, and they always turn out to be the greats because they bring the passion for the game and they also study the game. You can have passion all day, every day, but if you don't study that game, the game is either going to pass you by or you're never going to get started.
I don't think they would have been able to keep Judge this year, Tyon. They would have just been an absolute PR nightmare.
You wouldn't have Joe Shane, I'll tell you that.
No.
Wouldn't have Joe Shane.
He had to go.
Yeah, he had to go.
Would you guys, I was also thinking about this too, with the way that this team has had a history of bad luck when it comes to injuries, would you guys be a little weary about some players in the draft that might have had prior injury issues at college, or even some free agents that might have had some injury issues?
Like John
like would you be a little weary?
Yep.
I don't know, man. If you can get him in the third round, that could be an absolute steal. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you can get that guy in the third round, I'm taking a flyer on him. Me and Joe said that earlier. I'm taking a flyer on him. If that dude drops into the third round, that's almost a first round talent in the third round. When he heals up, you give him a chance. He gets on that field, and I mean, it's not a lose situation. He's a third round pick. Mm-hmm. If you can get first round talent in the third round, why not take a chance?
You don't think he's going to redshirt at all because he's coming off that ACL injury?
He might have to. He might have to.
I know.
Shout out to LAC.
Did you really think somebody was going to say that live on the air? Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That
got
might be
Pat to laugh.
Joe.
Hey, no,
Yes, that sounds
actually,
like some Joe. would
Tudo
say.
said he could hear my wife beating the shit out of me there. I had to mute my mic, but no, she wasn't beating me. I just rest in here
Pause.
comfortably,
Pause.
getting my whooping.
Nobody's going
I
at
just
you
having
about
fun
that.
with it, man. I just having fun. I know what you guys. I know what it's all about. I'm not gonna sit here and have a guy try to blow smoke up my ass again. No, I can't buy into it.
Exactly. Everybody needs to take that wait and see approach. If you're not taking a wait and see approach, you're fooling yourself.
I got a
again.
rant. Yeah, make sure we reload, you crunks on there.
You lucky I didn't hear what he said because his spectrum went out on him, but I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I believe you. You didn't want to hear what I was saying.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
I know we can't see nothing until free agency. I know we don't really know nothing until the head coach. And I know, the draft and all these days are important. And he's going to be putting in a lot of groundwork. He's going to be at the Senior Bowl. He's going to be at the Combine. He's going to be at these kids' pro days. He's already got the first 4 rounds figured out. All right. I like hearing that. That's the stuff I want to hear. But as far as what he said in that interview, I would rather him tell me again, I've got the first 4 rounds. I've done my scouting. I've got my knowledge. I have my book together. Look, we're going to hit this, head on. We're going to fix this. I guess, is that what we all want to hear?
Well, yeah, that's what we want to hear.
Right. But now I want to see this shit because the last 3 coaches have said that, man. And it's like, I can't go on. I can't continue on with just people saying, I'm going to fix this.
In his defense, though, he can't go up there and say, well, I'm going
I know
to
he can't.
And hopefully
I
it works
know.
out.
I know.
He can't go up there and say that either. So
I know.
This thing sucks. We can't fix it.
It's such a hard edge to hold. I get it.
I asked the question. What was the main thing that kept those Ravens teams with Ray Lewis and them in the playoff hunt and championship hunt all those years?
One thing, they kept the core guys together for a good bit. I tell you that. On that
And
defense.
what did those core guys have all together? What is that called?
Joe Flacco?
I'm talking about most of that.
It's because the culture was so strong in that team that Joe Flacco played decent.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. Leaders.
I get it.
They were all through that team. Through and through. All through the team. When that thing happened with Ray Rice, that was a major blow to them because Ray Rice was a major part of that team. But guess what? Those leaders kept it together.
And if we do that, I'm going to be ecstatic. I'm going to jump for joy. But right now, I ain't jumping shit.
Me either.
I ain't doing it. I can't do it. I've done it.
I see the vision, and I like the vision, but I have to see it come too.
I put my ass on the line last year for that. I'm not logged in. I can't get rid of him, Lou. I put my ass on the line last year. I ain't doing that shit again. I ain't that freaking stupid.
But don't be critical to this regime because the last regime was a failure.
Oh, I know, Maz. I know. And like I said, I'm going to root. I'm going to
this
cheer.
This guy an open slate. Let's see, man.
I am. I'm definitely giving him that, Miz. I'm definitely, I like a lot of the things that man said today in the conference. I like a lot of what we've been hearing in the interviews. I do like the guy. He was the one guy I wanted, him or Poles. You know what? I'm happy with either or. And I get it that he can't come up to the press conference and say, yeah, we suck. We know it. We need to fix it. We're going to, I know he can't tell us his game plan. But I just, even Max said, I'm not buying into this. And maybe I'm going a little bit above not buying into this. I probably am, actually, not to lie. I'm going above the not believing this into actions speak louder than words, damn it. And I want to see some action. And I just can't help feeling that following this team and as bad it has been for the last 10 years. I can't. I want to believe in him. I want to have, I want to just throw blind faith at him. I do. I want to, but there's just something telling me to let's see first. It's hard to put in words. It really is.
Yeah, really, it is hard to put in words, but I try to put myself in his shoes.
Right.
And if you're the owner and I come and say, look, we're going to try to bring guys in here who are smart and tough and whatever, and then you're the owner, be like, man, that's BS. I heard that. Joe Judge said that.
It did.
There
was a flashback.
What's next for me? You just told me I was full of shit.
Well,
before I even got started.
Well,
let me get my first free agent in here and try to show you that I can try to be able to go. Give me a chance.
Okay.
Shut me down.
Man, I apologize to Miz because I was wrong on a lot of shit with him. And I'll apologize to that man too when we start turning the corner. But, I'm not holding anything against him. I'm hoping to God that this man has free reign. And I'm hoping to God that this man can turn this team around to where we're the team that nobody wants to play once more. That's what I want.
Joel, I want to apologize to you for ever doubting your man, Jimmy G.
Yeah?
That shit is terrible, man.
Hey, it's about
the fucking championship game.
Hey, if that friggin' guy goes to the Super Bowl, I'm going to look like a goddamn genius. You guys realize that, don't you? He's one game away.
And you have little Slay just sitting in the chat the whole time. Slay's like, oh, Jimmy G sucks. He can't.
Yeah, I know. He does too. That kid.
To home 23, that his name is Mac the Giants fan. Look up Mac the Giants fan. We're gonna get Mac another subscriber, man. Mac will be doing the Royal Rumble on Saturday on his channel. If you want to have some good fun and some good laughs, I can't wait. I can't freaking wait, bro.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be a trip.
I can't wait to see Pat and Joel and Miz loves the Royal Rumble, right, Miz?
Oh.
Yeah, I love a Royal Rumble. I'll be going out. I'll be going out for a jog that night.
That's right.
Let me read a couple of comments. Shout out to Josh Cologne. Hey, dude, you said he needed a break from the Giants. Hey, we're still here for you, Josh Cologne. Thank you for tuning back in. Stevens is crazy. He said, hold on, Pat. You can't slide past that Ravens team. It was full of malcontents and the fake pastors. Well, those malcontents and fake pastors got 2 Super Bowls, so they did something right. He said, Judy injured, Ruggs in jail, Smith is all right. Michi and Williamson ain't even in the league, and they ain't as talented as past Bama receiving cores. And Julio was good, but he washed now. I don't think Julio's washed. I just think
he had a pretty strong effort.
Yeah,
Jalen Waddle's pretty good.
Yeah, Jalen
Waddle's pretty good. And Smith had a good season too.
Rookies and catches, I believe. Didn't Jalen Waddle?
A lot of good receivers.
He said, I would say LSU is receiver U, but I have Ohio State, so I love Ohio State, so I'm kind of biased. OBJ, Chase, Landry, Jefferson, right? Those are awesome receivers.
Very nice. This says a lot about the SEC and
you forgot about Calvin Ridley. You forgot about Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Alabama's been putting out receivers for a long time. He says, hey, Joe, if this new DM turns it around, will you wear a woman's dress or wear your wife's dress? Hell no, he's not doing that.
You really want to see me in a dress?
No,
I didn't think so. My wife's got this nice little spaghetti strap number. I can.
Oh shit!
Pat's like, Joel, shut up. I ain't even going there.
No,
we're not doing that on these channels.
I'll be honest, it's just a feeling, but I got a good feeling about this guy. It's just a feeling.
Right. I just got a feeling about him too. I'm not gonna lie, but like Joe said, he is correct on that. Don't get it twisted. You need to take a wait and see approach. We've been lied to, we've been kissed and then kicked in the ass. So basically, don't go in here with blind faith again, and we might be saying 12-5 and then wind up going 4-13 again.
Well, yeah, I'm not falling into that trap again.
Right.
But that's
again,
to be
I do apologize if I come off strong sometimes. I do apologize, but I don't like it when people say certain things and then people take it out of context of what that's not what he said. I've never liked men taking out of context.
I started that.
Because you can ruin somebody's reputation by saying something that they said, but they didn't mean it that way. You know what I'm saying? I've been through that.
Right.
I just don't get down with that.
I didn't mean to but that was the first thing that come to my mind. I mean, that's why we do these channels. That's why we, enjoy doing this stuff, because we speak our minds and it doesn't really upset each other. And that's just the way that got that for some reason. And I don't know why, but that's just the way it came across to me when I first heard it. Cause this is the first time I've even watched this video. I was going to watch it later tonight, but that was what you heard from me was just the actual bing first time. And that's what went through my mind.
Well, thank you. Thank all of you. Thank everybody in the chat.
Time to go.
No, I wasn't saying goodbye.
Oh,
I was listening while I was doing what I needed to do on my phone. So I'll be the one to say it. Fuck that shit. 11-6. Back on my bullshit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But,
you must have.
one thing about Joe,
I gotta get off. But I
wait
just
till
wanted
the
to
Royal
throw
Rumble.
one name out there, Pat. You guys, Joe, everybody. Before I get off, there's one guy that's been on my mind here for the last 2 days, man. What are we doing with Sterling Shepard, man? We can't get rid of him. We're stuck with him.
Riggs. Yeah, we did cut him. We saved $5 million if we cut him.
He's gone, Miz.
Yeah, Mary said
$5 million. I thought we'd take a huge hit.
No, we saved $5 million if we cut him. And Mara already said that he's willing to take on dead cap to save some cap room this year. So
all right.
I think he's going to be cut after June
man.
1st. Yeah.
Oh, that's a relief off my head. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe they give Riggs an injury settlement and he's gone.
You really leave it, Steven?
Miz, I'll buy you an 87 jersey for your birthday.
Right.
Okay. I'll put Bavaro on it.
Hey, can somebody put Mac's link in the chat? Because Tahon wants to subscribe to him.
I got it.
I appreciate that, Tahon.
And another receiver, I believe that they can fix if they're going to start doing this developing stuff again. I would save Slayton. I wouldn't give up on him yet.
I mean, we just gotta. I think we gotta accept Slayton. Gotta accept Slayton for what he is.
Yeah, Slayton got to go and Shepard. Fuck both of them. Sorry.
I don't even trust Galladay or Tony. Until they go out there and prove they can stay healthy.
Well, Tony's gonna be here, man.
Yeah, I gotta see these guys stay healthy. This thing scares me
I would
most
say
about this
this.
offense.
If they find a trade partner for Galladay and they can save some money, they might do it.
Oh, he's out. I'll get rid of him if they can.
Oh crap.
What? What's up, Joel?
Somebody got hired.
Aren't I a moderator?
Congrats to Poles too. I think Brian Poles is going to do a good job in Chicago, fixing up that team as well. Another
Moderator,
good young man.
what happened?
I'm not a moderator anymore.
Why?
No, he's
I don't
trying
know.
to get.
Say something in the chat so I can make you a moderator.
Lou must have heard about you want to come on screen with your spaghetti strap dress. And he's
Yeah, I heard that shit.
This guy be on anymore.
I heard that shit. He told my wife's got a little nice. No. Ain't gonna be none of that shit here.
Aw.
They cancel me right now. Ain't gonna be none of that shit right here.
Imagine all the viewers you'd have.
Adam and Eve.
Oh, bounce out,
man,
guys.
no
Quiet,
peace.
man. Good stream, man. Good, definitely good stream, especially early today and tonight. A lot of good stuff today, definitely. So
Good to talk with you again, Miz.
Man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Good night, man.
Appreciate
All right,
Pat
have a
helping
good
me
night,
out
bro.
with Pat, thanks for helping me find that Twitter link. I was able to get a couple
man.
words in over there. I didn't know what I was.
Use Twitter, bro.
I got frustrated, so I don't know how to use it. So.
There you go. There's Max
You
Link
go
is right
miss
there.
out. You know how many times we sent you.
Thanks again, Tahon. I really appreciate that.
You got to learn how to use Twitter, bro.
It's not even in
Thank
my
you too,
phone,
Steve.
so it's in her phone.
Appreciate
I
the
gotta
subs, man.
move it to my phone. So yeah, all right. I will. I'll do it this week once we get buried. I'll be in the house
There
playing
you
with the
go.
phone.
There you go.
All right, guys.
Miz.
All right, man. Appreciate
Later.
it,
Good night,
Good
Miz.
night. Thanks, Lou.
bro. No problem,
Brother
man.
Mac, Joel, Pat, Eagle fan, everybody. Be good.
Where's the Eagle fan? You know Eagle fan?
But
It was
one
an
thing I
Eagle fan
do
in the
want
chat,
to say,
young man.
another difference between Joe Shane and Joe Judge, the press conferences or whatever, they might have been saying some of the similar things, but Joe Shane was definitely a lot more humble in his approach and how he was kind of saying it was like more realistic. Also, I feel like has a more just realistic take on what he knows what he's getting into. Like you said, it's not gonna happen overnight. Like
Right.
you said, so he's just being very realistic. He knows what he's dealing with. He knows he has a lot to clean up. And I did appreciate his humility and all of that. The way I like the way he handled himself in the press conference with the media. I just thought he did a really good job handling himself.
No, I am excited about the future because I do have a belief that he's going to turn it around. We get the right head coach in here, but I'm still kind of worried a little bit about a few things. I mean, if Flores gets the head coaching job, that's going to kind of pull me back a little bit because I'm going to have to see who's going to come in under him with his coaching staff. And then I'm going to want to see, man, maybe I ought to start doing this tomorrow is just look at the reports coming out of Miami about when Flores got fired. Because I don't know much about that. I don't know what was said. I don't know what happened.
Here's the thing, right? Sorry to cut you off, but now they called Miami. They reached out to Miami to find out what they could about Flores, right?
Right.
Now, they obviously told the Giants organization that Flores was great, that they loved him, this, that, and the third. Okay, so why'd you fire him?
Right. Hold on. Let me blow. Hold on. Let me blow some smoke up your ass.
Wait. And you're going for the guy that we're going for, Dabble.
Yeah.
So of course you're gonna tell us whatever the fuck we want to hear, so we can hire Flores and you can get the guy you want.
Right.
Yep.
That's what I mean. Shit. There's just still some hinky shit going on. If Shane's the damn GM, Mara, let him hire his coach. I don't want you to stick your nose in it. Get your goddamn brother, cousin, aunt, niece, nephew, whatever the hell's in there, out of the goddamn room. Let this man do it.
It's
his
I'm
responsibility.
That's what I'm more concerned about. Are
Yeah.
you going to block this man from hiring Dabo, the guy that he wants until he leaves? Now you let Dabo put you in a position where he can say, well, Miami's going to give me a bag.
LA Vance.
Right.
I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Maybe Tish will give him a medium Pepsi and he'll sit in the back and just be a good boy.
I don't know. Shane might give us a large Pepsi when we go there.
Yeah. This side of a popcorn and a hot dog.
Right. Hey, you get a half a hot dog too.
Hey, this is why the Big Blue Crew is doing what we doing, because of stuff like this right here.
Right.
Well, you've been here a lot, so obviously you watch us. So thank you very much.
Yes. He just bought a new house too, and the poor guy's got to move into snowstorm.
Right.
Man,
I remember.
That sucks, man.
I remember. I remember our chat people. Damn it.
Damn right. Yeah. They
Yeah,
said
that
the brain is
sucks,
still
man.
working.
Oh, Stephen A. Man, you're fine. Don't apologize. It's all good. We
No,
clown
shit,
around here.
Listen, we say all kinds of shit on this channel. Bro.
Right.
Right.
No, Steven, never apologize around here because believe me, I come up with some wild shit too. And Lou will just sit there, good God Almighty, Joel, and just shake his head.
Just give Joel 5 minutes.
If you want to
Just
see
give
it, there it is. I just did it. See?
Yeah.
And he's going to shake his head again. There it goes. Now he's off camera.
He said Steven's going at it with Viz about receiver use. He said y'all need to beat Michigan, so I don't have to hear that hardball shit anymore. Hey, what if that guy's a candidate if we don't get Dabo? What if Harbaugh comes?
Listen. What if they're making phone calls to Harbaugh right now and he comes in Saturday?
Yeah,
I mean, look,
That might be why Flores is getting Friday, so they don't have to make a decision. They're giving Harbaugh a couple of days. So they stretched it out Thursday and Friday. And if he doesn't say anything by, Friday afternoon, they're going to make a decision on the guys they got brought in.
Maybe so. I don't know. I just hope that they're not blocking this guy from hiring the guy that he wants.
I do too.
That's all I hope.
He said that was that super gremlin laugh.
I'd be very disappointed if they were. If they were standing in the way of him hiring who he really wants to hire, I'd be very disappointed.
Hey, would you take Doug Peterson over?
Hell no.
Man, listen, we hired Doug Peterson. I will fucking, I'm telling you, I'm done with football.
Doug Peterson won Super Bowl 4 years ago. I'm just saying.
I don't give a shit. He did it because of Frank Reich.
Frank Reich, exactly. Frank Reich was the reason why they won that.
Frank Reich ain't winning no Super Bowls in Indianapolis. I'm just saying.
He's got Carson.
I'm not saying I wanted to hire Doug Peterson. I'm just saying, reality-wise, that man won Super Bowl 4 years ago.
Who the hell is he?
Highlight Stevens' next comment.
Right. Got to highlight that one.
Yeah, you guys are a lot funnier and come at different angles. Really glad I stumbled on Pat's stream randomly on a Sunday. Well, we are glad you did too.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes.
You keep it constant in the chat too. You keep conversation moving. That's why we like interacting with the chat, because it keeps the conversation moving. It doesn't become a stale, just two viewed conversation that everybody else is forced to watch and opinionate on in the chat. We involve the chat, and it keeps it moving and growing, and the conversation stays fluid and flowing. And I'm just giving bars to you so you can know what I'm doing. Anyway, let's go.
Really?
No, it wasn't on purpose. But then once I realized what was happening, I stated it.
They talking about Michigan versus Ohio State. Hey.
John Mara says absolutely no Deshaun Watson. Yes, thank you, because we ain't got the draft capital to be giving it up.
Ooh, he pissed some people off when he said that, though, Joe.
Oh my God, Giants Twitter blew
they
off.
They were going hard in the chat earlier when he said that.
Ooh.
When that came out, that chat got vicious on that. They really wanted Deshaun Watson.
70 and 80% of them hate Daniel Jones, and they think he sucks. So they just want somebody that's an upgrade over him.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter who you put back there. If you can't block for him, he's gonna suck too, is what they're gonna say.
Exactly.
He sucks.
Yeah.
He might be a little bit better, but it's still, it's not still gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Yeah.
Oh, we fired Gettleman. He didn't fix the offensive line. Let's draft a quarterback. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Let's draft a quarterback and still screw the O-line. Yeah.
Let's do the same thing we just did to Daniel Jones.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Let's get his ass whooped from year 1 to year 4 and not know who he is.
That's why I'm glad we got a guy who has targeted the problem. He knows the problem, and he's prepared to fix it. I hope he's
That's what I'm most excited about, what he said.
Right.
What he said. This man literally said Daniel Jones has not got a fair shake with all the coordinators that he's been through and the offensive line that's been put in front of him. We definitely have to upgrade that offensive line.
And I've been saying that shit throughout everybody's stream. Y'all can all go back to your own streams that I've called in on. I've been saying that shit for the longest. I'm like, Daniel Jones never got a fair shake. He's never had an offensive line. He's been through 3 different offenses in 4 years. I've been saying all that shit. So I'm like, yes, I'm feeling what he's saying right now, because it sounds like he's repeating my shit. I feel plagiarized. He stole my shit and made it famous. So I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, but
you guys
said it. I can believe this guy when he says that, though. I truly believe that this guy will make a valiant effort to fix this offensive line, because he did it over there in Buffalo. It's still not the greatest, but it wasn't as bad as it was. It wasn't as bad as it was.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Buffalo fans come out and said Billy Price could be a good starting left tackle, I lost my shit.
Who said that? Not Billy Price.
Who said that?
Bills fans on Twitter
said that Bobby Hart.
Bobby Hart.
Isn't Deion Dawkins a Pro Bowl left tackle?
He was hurt.
Yeah, Joey says, look at the comment.
He said he's been watching you guys' podcast. I think a lot of people watch our podcast, man.
I do too.
They
No, I think
do
we
on the
gotta have
low.
a lot of guys watch you guys on the YouTube.
Yep.
Well, guys, I actually gotta
Man,
get ready
the
to
one
jump off
thing
myself too, real quick. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
Jeff.
didn't know it was damn 12 something already.
Yeah, I didn't know it was 11
Hey, thanks for
o'clock.
rocking with us, Mac. You know
Oh my
you always
God.
welcome.
Yes, sir.
Matt,
Appreciate you
always good
guys
to
that
talk
subbed
to
up
you,
to
man.
me. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks for the support,
Yes.
man. I'll be, like I said, like the guy said, I'll be on that Royal Rumble Saturday, having a little watch party. Stop by, have a good time,
His
man. It's gonna
link
be
is
fun.
in the chat. Y'all go sub him up. Everybody
Yes.
who's watching, go sub Mac the
All
Giants
right,
fan.
fellas, man. All right, fellas.
Wait, Matt.
Peace,
All right,
man.
Matt.
Another
I wanted to
10
ask
hour
him
day
who's
on
picks he
YouTube.
wanted.
Yay.
Right.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
ask him who he picked for the Royal Rumble winners.
That's a question we need to ask him on the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Who's even in the Rumble? I haven't watched wrestling in months, so I don't even know.
I got
Right.
no friggin' clue.
I'm just there for the laughs.
Man,
Yeah.
thank you guys very much, man. Thank you. Thank y'all just complimenting the shit out of us this evening.
I know.
I feel great today.
What Cat Williams say? I feel tall today.
Right. Thank you for the 37 likes and the 25 people consistently watching tonight.
Damn.
Man. That was good.
Good deal.
It's starting
Guys.
to get a little popping, guy.
What happens if Jimmy G wins a Super Bowl?
I'm going to be the
Shit.
greatest goddamn YouTube content creator that ever lived. That's what's
Right.
going to happen. If Jimmy Garoppolo wins that damn Super Bowl, you bet your ass these guys are going to put together a collage of videos with me getting goddamn killed, and we're going to be popping them on everybody's channel. This freaking guy's a nut, but he was freaking right, okay? And I guarantee you those videos are going to blow up.
Man, if that, I'm not coming on that stream.
You know what
Yeah,
they gonna
you
say?
are.
You know what they gonna
I'm
say?
not coming on that stream.
Yeah.
You never seen the homeless crazy guy? Every town has one homeless crazy guy who every now and then when you walk by him, he says some shit that makes sense.
Right.
That's all.
Oh, great. Now I'm the homeless old man. Yeah, man. At least I showered today.
I'm not coming on that stream, damn it.
Yes, you guys are. Yes, you are.
I hear that
I think Alexa Bliss wins the women's, and I think Brock wins the men's. I'll explain more on Saturday night. All right. Okay.
All right.
Leaving people in suspense. You know what you do, Mac? Make that a poll on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins, Alexa Bliss or whoever she's fighting, and who do you think wins, Brock or whoever he's fighting? Leave yes or no, and leave that on your YouTube channel.
Brock Lesnar wins enough. That guy wins all the time. Can't somebody else win something for once?
He sucked in the
Every time
UFC.
That'll get people answering that poll and keeping in mind that you're going to do that stream on Saturday. Yeah.
Yep. Do that now. Well,
Yeah.
tomorrow. You know what I mean.
Wait till you see my wild take.
Give the title Shanky. Come on.
Wait till y'all see my wild take at the beginning of next football season.
He said Joe gonna need a camper with a wider lens. You ain't got the lie, Craig. You ain't got the lie. I can really believe Shane saying that Danny and Saquon ain't had a fair shot.
Right.
Yeah, that's because they've been watching my shit.
I
Right.
think Barkley's going to ball out. Barkley, I think, is going to be the guy that's going to have a huge season, even more than Jones.
Here, I'll give you a wild take for
Barkley's
next
gonna be
year. The
scary
Miami
guy.
Dolphins and Tua are going to be in the Super Bowl. How's that one?
I think you just check it.
Okay, Matt, you go to your YouTube channel, right? Where it says go to your channel or go to YouTube Studio or switch account, go to your channel and then hit community tab. And in the community tab, you can create a poll and it'll give you the options. Who wins this match? Something Bliss versus such and such, and then you put Bliss option A and the girl she's fighting option B. And then for the Brock one, you do the same thing. And then you can put add a picture to it. So when people see it, they'll read it and answer the question, and that'll keep it in their mind that you're doing the stream Saturday. Thank you.
I can't believe you just said that, Joel.
Oh, man.
Tua in the Super Bowl.
Hell no. He said, Steven says, I'll say this, Pat. I feel a lot better than I did the day Judge got fired. I figured GM coming in would go scorch earth and force a Kenny Pickett. I'm so glad there's a rational thought. Yeah, for real. I'm glad it's somebody rational. But fellas,
Yeah.
it's been nice.
Man, just look at me like I'm a cake and slap some icing on me because I'm friggin' baked, okay?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now y'all want to leave. Y'all got your 1,000 view stream on, and now it's
Yeah.
just bye. Lou on his own. That's okay.
Hey.
Y'all criticize.
Criticize.
Next time, don't ask me and mine for shit.
Ungrateful sons of bitches. That's one of the funniest scenes ever. He said, you ungrateful sons of bitches. All I hear is criticize.
He said, how about this time we go without the bags? And
Yeah.
next time we do it right.
Right. So, are we riding without the bags or with the bags?
Yeah.
We're riding with the bags, damn it.
My wife spent all day. My wife spent all day cutting holes in these damn things.
Yeah. You ungrateful sons of bitches. All I hear is criticize.
Thank you.
Hey, guess what? He survived because he left before it all went down.
Right. Advance.
Yeah, G Nation got one of the coldest background. I hope nobody ever copies that, man. That's dope. I love
Right.
that background
I've
when
seen
he
some
first did it.
people with it, but they don't have the G Nation up in the top. That's what makes it unique.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say it's good to hear to hop on with you guys and talk some Giants football and other crazy shit on this stream again. I'm just happy to be up. We got a turn coming. Feels like the Giants, the karma, everything started to turn for the better slowly but surely. So
Hey.
I feel the fan base is finally starting to get that enthusiasm back that we've been missing for a decade.
Just don't call me Shirley.
Let's go, G man. Things finally looking up. Also, what is that? Ohio?
Yeah.
I think so.
High on the middle and round on both ends.
Is that a nut at the end?
Yeah, Lou. Oh, high, yo. It's high in the middle and round on both ends.
Yeah. Okay.
It's true. How about next time we get it right?
Yeah.
But man,
Buckeye. Oh.
Shit, everybody's background is good as fuck. Joe looked like he hanging off the blimp, off the Goodyear blimp.
That's
Taking
right.
Selfies above the stadium.
You don't like my dot?
That's a cool background. That's the iRobot logo. That's the iRobot logo.
iRobot, come on.
Yeah.
That's the logo you don't want to see pop up on your computer screen.
That's
Start talking to me.
I get nervous when I see a guy pop into a stream that has that profile pic because next thing you know, you might have a 10-inch dong, like right here. It's like, son of a bitch. Just what I need. Great big old donger, like, oh.
Y'all remember the guy that got on and just kept smiling like it was awkward as shit? I was like, well, thank you for coming out.
Okay, I can remember.
He wouldn't say nothing.
Chris was in a stream and he was on the bottom, and there was like 6 people in the damn stream. Chris was like, that dick was right here.
Wait a minute. Somebody came on his stream and whooped their dick out?
Oh, it was a porn picture. This guy, he popped up a porn picture, and Chris is like, that fucking dog was right here. So I know what stream it was in. If it's still there, I'll dig it up. But oh my god, that was funny. He's like, yeah. He goes, that goddamn cock was right.
I thought he said a dude. What the hell?
No. They just come up with a picture of a guy holding this crank, in one of them clothes. He's like, son of a bitch, get that out of here. I think it was on Hubstream. He's like, that's how much was eye level.
Man, that ain't the most disrespectful shit on YouTube.
I'll be ready.
Viz, I think you were in that stream, man. I swear you were in that stream, Viz. I know I saw you in that stream because that was when the flasher was going around. The guy got Chris, then he got Hub, then he got somebody else. And that's when everyone's like, man, you better start turning on your camera before you pop on, bitch.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
He's coming for authentic next.
Sure enough, they pop the camera on. They bring him on stream, and there was that picture again, that big old donger. I'm going, Jesus Christ. Oh, hell. I do remember that. Yeah. I was in that.
Man.
Yeah, King Tone. I mean, that's when I think that's right when I just remember seeing a big ass dick on my screen. Yeah, me too. That's why I was like, Chris was eye level with it. It was funny as hell. He was on the bottom screen. That guy popped up and he freaking doinked. I mean, he came and the picture came alive and he's like, son of a bitch.
Oh shit.
Get that out of my face. Oh my God.
Man. I can't
That was so
that,
funny.
Yeah,
It was. Oh. Yeah.
I've seen a big ass dick.
They figured out who did it too.
Oh
Did he
shit.
get bad dog
They
too?
figured out who did it. Yeah.
Oh,
He
my
started
God.
talking. He started talking in the Discord, and yeah, they found out who did it.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Oh, big ass shit. Yeah.
So we got.
I was
So we
scarred for
got
life. I look.
Entertainer.
I'm waiting
You
for
got
somebody
Hub.
to talk, and it's like boing.
Then we
Oh,
got
man.
Diggy too.
Some
Yeah,
people are
Diggy.
sick,
That's who
man.
else they got. It was Diggy.
I was just saying,
Hub.
if you got Bad Dog, oh my God, Bad
Oh,
Dog's
that
reaction,
would've-
if that happened to him.
The bad dog doesn't take callers very often.
Man, that shit, man.
That's
Some
funny.
people are just sick, man.
I'm not gonna lie, it's funny now, but I felt so bad for Chris when the first time that happened, and I was like, Hub, man, because I remember I'm in the chat, I'm like, Hub, be careful popping people on, the flasher's going through. He's like, the flasher. I said, yeah, Chris got a guy that come on, showed his big old honker on the goddamn screen in a picture or some shit for him. He goes, no problem, Joel. I got this covered. Hey, welcome to my stream. There it is. I was like, son of a bitch. He's like, oh man, now I gotta delete this stream. I was like, bro, man, I tried telling you the flasher was going. I didn't have a channel at the time, but yeah, that was.
Oh man, that shit is
There
hilarious.
it is.
I
Lord.
was like, what? Yeah. You come on, because we would be in like other people's streams before I had a channel and visit and everybody, and we'd always be, popping through, 3 different streams at a time because guys were on, and it's like you open up a tab and it's like doink, shit.
Oh man. Well, somebody might have messed up. Empire Sports Media, it says New York Giants, Brian Dabo's possible defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, who he hired. So he might have slipped up. Who knows?
Who said what?
Empire Sports Network said Brian Dabo, who he should hire as defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator.
Oh.
So
That
Alex
kind of
and
makes me
Anthony
feel better.
slipped
I'm not
up.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have messed up. Who knows?
Right.
All right, man.
Yes,
Y'all people
Lou.
crazy as hell. Lou.
I'm not the one
so
that
glad
did
to
it.
hop back on the stream. I'm glad
It
to
is
hop
what-
back on the stream with you guys again.
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah, they do, Stephen. They allow a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They allow more stuff they shouldn't allow than the stuff they should allow.
Yeah, because that guy Joe got a channel.
Right. Yes.
I got it right that time, motherfucker.
You.
Right.
Oh my God. I'm gonna create an OnlyFans and tell dirty stories. Trust me.
Hey, that might work.
I know.
Joe with an
I
OnlyFans.
know. It was my
That's
special
what-
guest, Lou.
No, fuck it ain't.
Yeah, well.
Support from afar.
I'm
Oh,
trying
you
to
guys
save
are no
my
fun.
marriage as it is now. I don't need to be
Yeah.
involved in none of that shit.
Special
I'm
guest
just
The
telling
Miz.
jokes.
Y'all Miz would definitely be on that channel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that would. Well, you want to take us out there, Lou?
All right. Thank you to everybody who watched, commented, viewed, thought about commenting and didn't. I don't care. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us, taking in the content that we work hard on creating for you guys, giving our opinions, sharing our thoughts, bringing you the breaking news, and letting you guys know what's going on in all things sports and a few F's. So thank you very much. Subscribe to Big Pat and subscribe, damn it, to Joe.
Yes.
And Jeff when he gets his shit together and gets
You
the
always gotta-
channel as
You got to
well.
point the opposite way.
But
Yep.
yeah, subscribe to all these great content creators, man. We work together. We are the Big Blue Crew, and we're gonna keep it rolling for you guys. I'm sure Pat got a video he dropping for you now. I'm sure Joe got one in the works. I'm actually finishing editing up my
And let's go,
my
Jimmy
track.
G.
And I'll be dropping that one tomorrow. So thank you guys for stopping by. Stephen A, LA Vance, Jason Solo, Visit Edits, all you guys. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking,
Yes.
and being here. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Adios.